Good evening to everyone who have assembled here. The more you celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. So whenever we complete a milestone, we have to give ourselves time to celebrate. So we have crossed an important milestone in our civil services preparation. So in this occasion, we have gathered here to celebrate the moment and also to realize the seriousness of the moment and to express our gratitude. So let us start this success meet of phase 4 of MSLP, main strategic learning program completion, with invocation of Mother Tamil by Tamil Thai Valth. We, the aspirants, started our civil services preparation journey 1.5 years ago on May 2021. So our course was divided into 5 phases. In phase 1, we had the foundational program where we were taught about how to understand the syllabus and what is the essentials of the syllabus and how to read newspaper and how to approach current affairs and how to read the basics. In the phase 2 of our preparation, we started off with NCERT classes and the basics of prelims and mains. In phase 3 of our journey, we had the prelims test series where we had the exclusive tests for the prelims. And in phase 4, now we had the mains test series and mains classes where we discussed the more than 1,200 questions which might appear in mains, and we improved the answer writing. So this is the end of the phase 4 of the journey. And in this milestone, we are here to celebrate the particular moment. So for this celebration, we are having one of the most important personality of UPSC civil services history, the former chairman, Sri G.P. Agrawal sir. We welcome you, sir. We welcome Mrs. G.P. Agrawal, sir. Ma'am. We welcome our CMD, Mr. Bhuminathan, sir. We welcome Ms. Subbalakshmi, the Deputy Collector, who is going to join the services soon. We welcome the Assistant Director of Panchayat, Mr. Vignesh. We welcome all the other faculty members, students, parents. We welcome Vijita ma'am. Vijita ma'am is always part of our institution. We welcome each and every one of you who have gathered here for this moment of celebration. So this day is very important day in our entire preparation. So most of the aspirants just they start their preparation without any directions or without any guidelines. But in Kingmakers IAS Academy, we ensured that from the day one you joined, you are given the right directions, you are given the right guidelines, and you are given the right strategy, so that you are not ending up like many of the aspirants with many attempts and many years spent in this examination. So we identified that success mantra which is needed for this preparation based on the trial and error and our 9 years of experience, and we designed this exclusive program with 5 phases. In phase 1 with the foundation, and phase 2 with the prelims, and phase 3 with the test series, and phase 4 with the mains test series. And we have joined here at the end of the phase 4. And next we are having the phase 5, that is personality test, and that is going to happen only when you are going to qualify the mains examination. But you got the taste of what the personality test will be with the chairman of UPSC himself, Mr. D.P. Agarwal sir. So at this juncture, you are having 8 months to go for your next preliminary examination in 2023. So we must take this 8 months seriously, and we must put all our efforts in this 8 months so as to be successful in the 2023 attempt. So with all these things in mind, we will celebrate the occasion of successful completion of 1.5 years of rigorous coaching. So on this moment, now I request our founder, CMD, Mr. Bhuminathan sir, to felicitate our guest, Sri D.P. Agarwal sir.
Good evening, one all present here. Today is the day of commemoration, a day of gratitude and motivation. It is an occasion to celebrate the successful completion of the phase 4 of the UPSC PCM course. We have completed MSLP test series, and we also successfully completed the new course called MSLP 1000+ to enrich the answer writing skills of students. It is a moment of celebration. We have our special guest to grace this occasion with this special presence, an accomplished and renowned academic and institution builder, Sri D.P. Agrawal sir. former UPSC chairman. He graduated in mechanical engineering with the honors from Aligarh Muslim University in 1970. He also obtained M.Tech and PhD degree from IIT Delhi in 1972 and 1978 respectively. Professor Agrawal sir started his career as a faculty in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, IIT Delhi in 1975. In 1994, from being a professor and dean at IIT Delhi, later he took over as the Joint Educational Advisor, Technical in the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. While at the ministry, he initiated policies for the growth of quality technical education and was instrumental in conceptualizing several new institutions in the emerging paradigm of information technology. He has contributed to the development of Centers for Excellence in Higher Technical and Polytechnic Education. As a National Project Director of the World Bank, he assisted technician education projects. The implementation strategies adopted by him created for the first time very high participation of women, that is 30% in technical educations. The outcomes of these projects were rated highly by the World Bank, which disseminated the implementation strategies adopted here as a model for other countries. Professor Agrawal sir was the managing director of the Educational Consultants India, a Government of India PSU, where he brought about major changes in the organizational work culture, including decentralized decision making and transferring functional responsibilities to lower executives. Professor Agrawal sir was the founder director of the Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, Gwalior. He was responsible for the conceptualization, design, and construction of the institute campus from ground to zero, from zero to ground. He has been very active in teaching and research throughout his career and has supervised over 100 theses, including 20 PhDs, and published over 150 research papers. As a chairman of the UPSC from 2008 to 2014, he was instrumental in introducing various reforms like CSAT and digitalization, online portal for application, and so many changes he brought during his period. A man of such great achievements is with us today to enrich us, motivate us, and guide us. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of the academy. And I take this opportunity to welcome all the faculty members, staff of the Kingmakers IAS Academy, and the students and the parents. I welcome the parents who supported their children to pursue their dream of becoming a civil servants. Above all, I welcome the kings and queens of Kingmakers, our precious aspirants. Once again, I welcome each and everyone with open heart and gratitude, and thank you so much. Before we start the session, I thought of sharing few things what our students have learned during the 1.5 years. Tamil படிச்சிட்டு then I'll translate it into English. IAS தேர்வும் அணுகுமுறையும், an approach for IAS and UPSC. And in the இன்றைய சூழலில் UPSC, why do you want to join in the UPSC? And what are the services are there in the UPSC? And who can write the civil service examination? Who should not write the civil service examination? And what could be the strategy? Whether you should go to Delhi to get through in the examinations? How long you should prepare for this examination? Whether the coaching is required or not? Who and all have achieved with what kind of background they have achieved in the civil service examinations? And what are all the reasons for the failures in the civil service examinations? Whether one could write the civil service examination in the regional language, whether they can achieve in the examinations? The importance of the English language, only the citizens of India, they can write the examinations. What kind of qualification which is required for to clear this examination, the structure of the examinations, and the various changes that took place in the previous years, and how your degree will help you to get through civil service examinations, how you should plan and when you should plan. During the college days, in case if you are planning for the civil service examination, then what could be the changes in your personality? And how one should focus for the prelims, at the same time how to choose the optional, the importance of the optional, and how you should read the newspaper, and how you should memorize the things, and the importance of the new channel, and what are the new channel which will help you for your preparations, the resources you have understood, and how to answers for the questions, particularly in the personality test, how to take the notes, and what are the resources you should refer, and how to comprehend the things, and whether the studies alone will help you to clear the examination, the importance of the mock test, and what you should do during the examination and in the examination hall, and the importance of the handwriting, the importance of the vocabulary, and how many pages you should write, how many words you should write, the legible handwriting, and the difference between the best answer and the normal answers by seeing the model answers of the best resource persons, and the importance of the essay papers and how you should focus on it, how to give the introduction, how to give the conclusion, and the role of the personality in the civil services examinations, and how you should develop your hobbies, and the various types of hobbies you have been taught, and how you should exhibit yourself in this stage, and how the role of the parents in the civil services achievement, and how you should behave even after entering into the civil services. All these things you have been taught in the last 1.5 years. Apart from this, we have taught you so many things which I have not mentioned here. Now let us see how many sessions, how many hours, who and all have come to our academy to mold your personality. The success means not only it comes only from the UPSC, success comes through various ways. You have gained so much of knowledge. This itself is a greater success. The last 1.5 years, I'm sure with this knowledge, if you're going to be consistent in your effort, very soon the reward and recognition will come from UPSC, for which a small journey we have completed. Very long journey it is waiting. With these few words, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the introductory speech. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the introductory speech. So now we are going to see a PowerPoint presentation regarding the journey of these aspirants in the last 1.5 years, what types of courses and structures and what we get, presented to them. So in the last 1 year, you all have undergone an intense, rigorous coaching, which is targeted and which is specific to this preparation based on the rich experience of Kingmakers IAS Academy in the past 9 years. So we don't have the same course every year. We adjust our course based on the positive and negative feedback which we get every year. So when we are designing a course, we get the inputs from the faculties, we get the inputs from the bureaucrats, we get the inputs from those who passed the examination, those who couldn't clear the examination, and we used to get the inputs from the students, and we used to identify which course worked well and which course wasn't received well, and based on that we structure our course each and every year, and this is what we got after 9 years of our planning. So let us start with what we saw. So in phase 1, we had the foundation, like already discussed, we had the foundation program, prelims and mains classes in phase 2. So in phase 2, we had the prelims and mains classes. So in 2019, we had the prelims class first and we had the mains class later. So students said that it will be better if we had the prelims mains class even before we write the prelims. So we brought this prelims class and we completed the entire prelims and mains syllabus by February when they are having the prelims examination in May. And then we had the intensive prelim strategic learning program, which is the test series. And then now, after giving the prelims, now we had the 60 days of intensive main strategic learning program. In this main strategic learning program, we had 15 sectional tests and 5 mock tests, inclusive of all the 5 papers. And we also had a new initiative called MSLP 1000 plus, where we gave students 20 questions daily, and we taught them on how to write answers for this, how to structure, how to write an introduction, how to write a body, and how to write a conclusion. So enriching the answer writing skills is very important for this preparation, because at the end of the day, we are going to be judged based on the answers which we are writing in the answer sheet. So that was the aim of the MSLP main strategic learning program. So in this past 60 days, you almost had an opportunity to look at the structures of almost 1,200 questions. So we are at the end of the 60th day and we are here celebrating the phase 4. Phase 5 will be done once you write your prelims next year and you give your successfully clear it and you give your mains, and successfully after clearing the mains, you will have the personality test, which will be led by our chief guest of the day, Mr. DP Agrawal sir. So in foundation class, in phase 1, we had this prelims overview, introduction to prelim subjects, how to read newspaper, overview for GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, art of essay writing, how to choose an optional, and mains answer writing strategy. So only after Sir became the chairman, we had this 4 general studies pattern. So, and it is such a wonderful day. We have Sir here before us. Next, we had the intensive NCRT classes where we discussed all the important NCRTs which is relevant for our entire preparation. So these are all the NCRTs which we discussed for 90 hours. So it was almost 90 hours of coaching. In phase 2, we had both prelims and mains together in the classes for almost 797 hours. So approximately 800 hours. These are all the number of hours which we spend for each and every subject in the classes, including of both prelims and mains. And the hours given to each subject is dependent on the importance and marks which it is coming in the general studies. So in phase 3, we had the test series. So we had 4 different kinds of test series for so PSLP 1, 2, and 3 were introduced for 3 different batches who joined at various times. But all these things had sectional tests and full tests. 1 month before the preliminary examination, we had the score enhancement test, where we discussed the previous year questions and NCRT questions exclusively in the last 1 month every day early morning. So this set is the new initiative which we introduced for your batch, and it has been implemented successfully. And many of you said that you got benefited a lot out of it. So this is going to continue in the next year's academic program. So 6 subject-wise tests and 18 tests full mock tests, and in set we had 48 hours of intensive classes where we discussed the previous year questions. Next, we had the separate current affairs session where we discussed the current affairs of various subjects. It started in the March and April. In those 2 months, we had this separate current affairs session where we discussed the current affairs of polity, economy, science and technology, social issues, environment, IO, and international relations, art and culture, etc. That was a 50 hours of class. So this is just to show you psychologically how many hours of class you sat here and attended and learnt. So this number, what is the purpose of showing this number is that most of the aspirants used to think that the time which we spent in our home is is the study time. But the actually the time which we spent in the institute is also a study time where we are learning the concepts here. So this will give you the confidence that we have attended the class and we have learned a lot. And with that confidence, you can easily clear the examination. So these are all the number of questions. We almost practiced 8,400 preliminary questions in the last 1.5 years. And we practiced 500 mains question even before the preliminary exam. So after preliminary exam, we had this 1,000 questions. So this is the amount of questions you have seen and you have learned how to structure it. So in main strategic learning program, which started after the preliminary examination, we had 20 tests, that is 15 sectional tests and 5 mock tests with 348 questions. And we had the intensive test discussion for 45 hours. And test you sat here and wrote for 60 hours. So 105 hours you spent here just for mains answer writing. And MSLP was introduced in 2018. And from 2018 onwards, we are conducting only the test series. But in 2021-22 batch, for you, we introduced a new program in phase 4, which is MSLP 1000 plus. And this is, you are the pilot batch of that MSLP 1000 plus program, where we discuss 1,200 questions in GS1, GS2, GS3, and GS4. And total days, 60 days into 3 hours, that is 180 hours of test discussion, which is exclusively focused on answer writing. We had a separate mains class in the January-February month, but this was exclusively focused on answer writing. So we successfully completed this. This was your MSLP schedule. So in phase 5, we are going to have the interview guidance program where we'll be having the detailed application form analysis, special session on each and every important topics, one-on-one discussion with experienced bureaucrats, which will be our SAR also. So this year I got the opportunity to interact with the successful candidates, and all the candidates were mentioning the special session which they attended with SAR. So All India rank 4, All 40, All India rank 50, All India rank 80. 3 of them, they specifically mentioned that they could handle the personality test well because of the one-on-one session which they attended with you, sir. mock interview by top civil servants, including the former chairman and members of UPSC and Labasna. So this is the overall hours you spend in institute in the last 1.5 hours. So it is almost 1900 hours here. So if at all you would have spent another 8,000 hours in your house. So then there is a saying that if you spend 10,000 hours in something, you will be an expert of it. So already we spent 2,000 hours here, and we expect you to spend another 2,000 to 3,000 hours in your house. And we are having 8 months to go. Hopefully, you will spend that 10,000 hours which is required to be an expert in this preparation and to clear your examination in 2023. So apart from the normal classes, we also had various sessions which was conducted by retired bureaucrats and currently serving bureaucrats. So we had a special session by Sri Vivek Harinarayan IAS sir regarding the what makes one successful in your first attempt. We had a special session by Mr. Jawahar IAS sir, who is an expert in current affairs now, and he is regularly putting current affairs video. We also had a special session by Mr. Sivaselam IAS sir, who discussed about the internal security and security aspects. We had a special session by Mr. G. Balachandran sir, former Chief Secretary of Government of West Bengal. He discussed about the international relations. So there was a special session by Mr. Kalyamurthy IPS to commemorate the birth anniversary of Dr. Kalam. So we had our State Chief Information Commissioner, Mr. Rajagopalan IAS, who discussed about the importance of right to information. And we had a grand book launch, Women of Influence, the top bureaucrats of the nation who influenced in the service. And this book launch was conducted in Kingmakers IAS Academy, and it was led by Bhamadi IAS ma'am. So we had a special session to commemorate the birth anniversary of Bharadiyar, the great revolutionary poet of Tamil Nadu. We had a special environment session on environment by Miss Innocent Divya IAS ma'am. We had a webinar for art of answer writing by Mr. Ashutosh Gupta, who is a leading mentor for this examination, who is called India Bhai. We had a special session on my success story by Bino Zifine ma'am, who is the India's first 100% visually challenged IFS officer. So we had another event to commemorate the birth anniversary of Abdul Kalam with Nadraj IPS sir. We had a special session by Mr. Nandakumar IRS, by Mr. Vivek IFOS, and by Mr. Nedumaran IRS, how to crack this. So I hope this session, which was done at last, was very much motivational for you before the preliminary examination. And we also had a special strategy session by our chief guest last year. And in order to commemorate the India's Republic Day, this year we conducted a marathon. That is 12 hours of Indian Constitution discussion, which went live in YouTube. And we discussed the Indian Constitution in its nook and corner, in its whole wholity, from covering all the topics in the 12 hours, starting at 10 a.m. at the morning and completion at 10 a.m. in the night. And 10 p.m. in the night. And few students also gave their speech regarding their views for the Constitution. And we had this personality enhancement model by top bureaucrats. We had this special economic survey and budget session. So we had a special session by last year's UPSC achiever, Mr. Arun Kumar. And we had this plogging initiative. So we also commemorated the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav by conducting a plogging initiative where we cleaned up the Anna Nagar. So Anna Nagar is considered to be very sacred for civil services aspirants. So in order to take the responsibility and clean it, we conducted a special plogging initiative. We had the special address by Sri S.R. Jahangir IPS on 76th Independence Day event. So we also conducted a special Independence Day cycling ride, 75 kilometers cycling ride. Most of the students participated, and it was led by our chief speaker, Mr. Alfred Jose. And we also had the special address by Kalaimamani VKT Balan sir, who discussed about his journey and his success story. We had King's Talk 8th edition, which was led by Balachandran IAS sir. where he talked about the India's vision for India at 100. So we had special session by Mr. Muruganandam IAS, where Sir was discussing about how to clear this examination by writing in Tamil. So that was a very important necessity for the aspirants from Tamil Nadu, and he cleared it. And we also had the special felicitation session for two of our toppers who cleared in the TNPSC Group 1 examination, Ms. Subha and Mr. Vignesh. So we also had another session for mains answer writing enrichment. And we had a Teachers' Day celebration recently, where we invited, where Bhuminathan sir invited his teachers who helped him when he started the civil services preparation in 90s, and they were felicitated. So teachers with almost 50 years of UPSC coaching experience, Mr. Napoli sir and Mr. Kalyamurthy sir, they were teaching from 1969 and 70 onwards for the civil service aspirants. So they participated and they were felicitated on the Teachers' Day event. So we also had the last crowning all the sessions. The crown of all session is the one-on-one interaction. Even before you clear the mains examination, you had the taste of what personality test is going to be by our chief guest, Mr. D.P. Agrawal sir. And today we had the special address by sir, where sir was discussing about the just now we had 1 hour earlier. Sir was discussing about the expectations of civil services examination. So this was the journey which we went through in the last 1.5 years. So and above also, this is one important milestone. So this is one important milestone in this entire journey. So from today onwards, we are coming to the end with respect to the classes for UPSC preparation. And from now onwards, it is exclusive 8 months which is given to you for your own self-preparation. And you have to participate for the test series in PSLP, which is going to start in the October. And in this 8 months, you are going to prepare for the preliminary examination of 2023 and for the main examination. So with whatever inputs you got in the last 1.5 years, I hope you will be clearing in 2023 and providing us the most happy results, which we are expecting from you all in the next April in prelims, in the next May in prelims, and in next September in mains, and finally in the personality test. So this is the brief idea of what the entire coaching was. So with this note, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So we have so we are going to see the institution heads and the faculty members who trained you. So Bhuminathan sir and Satyashri ma'am are the directors and pillars of Kingmakers IAS Academy. Sudarshan sir, our CFO, who has been there for you in the first floor. Tamil Selvi ma'am, our assistant manager. Shankar sir, our another assistant manager. Nandini ma'am. So they are the institution's administration staff. And now we are going to see the faculties who taught you various topics. Dr. Valan. History. So sir was teaching history in GS and political science optional. Mr. Sivaraj sir, who was discussing the aptitude and reasoning. Vijita ma'am, who was the important pillar of your entire journey and who was motivating you personally and in classes. So more than classes, she was motivating a lot with respect to you in your personal journey. Jagan sir for English comprehension. Ganesh sir, Indian polity and public administration optional. Satya ma'am for geography last year. Madhavi ma'am. Myself, I was teaching economy, internal security and international relations. Prabhakaran sir. Karthikeyan sir. Aditya, Muttansi ma'am. They were teaching the optional few areas in the public administration and geography optional. Gopriya ma'am discussed the environment. Subhakirtana ma'am was discussing international institutions. Balu Mahendra sir in main strategic learning program 1000 plus. We had Sindhu ma'am. So Sindhu ma'am came in the main strategic learning program 1000 plus, but for this year's batch, she is handling geography. Vipin Saini sir, who was discussing ethics in the MSLP 1000 plus program. Shahid sir, who was discussing the 1000 plus. Now we are having our R&D team members. Prabhakaran sir, our R&D team head. Actually, sir has went to for write the mains examination, and he's having the mains examination on this Friday. And we'll have to send our best wishes to sir, who's going to write this examination. We have Ram, our TNPSC course coordinator. We have Mr. Vignesh. Earlier, he was just R&D member. Now he is assistant director for rural development, group 1 officer. An important person, Arun Kumar. So I think so, sir will be creating a Guinness record for number of answer sheets with the corrections. Hari Krishnan sir. Ayappan sir. Junaid Ahmed, current affairs and R&D. Vichagan sir, who's handling the psychology optional and NCRT classes. Karthik sir. Ilango. Pavitra ma'am. Muthu Kumaran sir. Jagan sir. Komala Priya. So Komala Priya is a very important person who is behind all this typing and editing works. Muthu Kumaran sir, Sangama Chandran sir, Santosh sir, Mr. Vijay, Soumya, and accountant ma'am Srimati, Anjuta ma'am, the one who welcomes you all daily with a smiling face and ensures you to sign the attendance sheet. Vinod sir, who is supporting the infrastructure. And Desing sir, who is behind the entire support. And we are having David, who is the editing, who is taking care of editing and photography. We have Priscilla, who is taking care of the photography and editing. Very branch. Mr. Bharat, Uttamil Selvi ma'am. Mr. Prasad, who is taking GMD. Mr. Madesh. Aman Kumar Dubey sir, Program Director of Coimbatore. Selva, who is taking care of the online coordination. Thank you. So this is the entire team of Kingmaker Science Academy. So this entire team was behind and working for you all to provide the 1900 hours of intensive coaching, and with their support only we have come here to commemorate this successful completion of the phase 4. So at this moment, a few of our students wants to share their thoughts and their ideas regarding their journey. So first of all, I would like to call RTN to give her address regarding her journey and what she learned.
Good evening to everyone present here. I am RTTN here standing in front of you to share my experience of MSLP. We started our training module in the year 2021. Phase 1, 2, 3 of the training consisted GMT, DOS, foundational and optional classes, PSLP, and score enhancement test. This series of training built a confidence among us to perform in the UPSC Civil Service Examination 2022. Fourth phase of training, known as Main Strategic Learning Program, was started. 20 questions were discussed on a daily basis. This trained us to understand, break, and structure the question. This practice oriented us towards answering the questions as it demands. This practice oriented us towards answering the demand of the question. This training has changed the perspective of my learning towards UPSC and has made the study based on the requirement of the examination. Each day session will be handled by various faculties, which helped us in getting different viewpoints, approach, and diversified ideas. Different methods like explanation, interactive classes, on-spot question solving, peer corrections were handled in class by our faculties. Tests were conducted on every week. Remarks about the program was given, which helped us in our course correction and perform better in the next test. The test series gave us an intense answer writing practice. Kingmakers Academy not only gave us the core of the preparation, it has helped us various opportunities to mold us through various programs like Kingstock, My Success Story, Personality Development, etc. One such initiative was handwriting course for 18 days, which helped me in improving my handwriting and my performance, through which I was able to score more than my previous performances. Yesterday, phase 5 personality training program was started. We had one-on-one interaction with our former UPSC chairman, Sri DP Agrawal sir. Sir gave us various inputs which are essential for preparation and to have a good life too. Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs. I would like to thank our director, Sri Bhuminathan sir, for organizing such interactive event, which is a rare opportunity for a civil service aspirant in the earliest stage. Before this course, I was a person with less interactive with my peer group and was hiding in the group. But after this journey of 1.5 years, I have molded and shaped in different ways. It has provided opportunity for me to open up, interact with my peers and staff, and improve my presentation and so on. In this juncture, I would like to thank my faculties and my evaluators for their extended support. I would like to thank our director, CMD sir, Bhuminathan sir, for providing such opportunities. Finally, I would like to thank my fellow aspirants for taking this journey along with me for the past 1.5 years. And I wish all of them a very best success for the future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Aarti, for the wonderful speech. Now I call Sibi Kannan to discuss his thoughts. So you can find Sibi Kannan for almost 12 hours in Kingmakers IAS Academy. He stays here.
A very good evening to one and all present here. I am Sibi Kannan. I am preparing for civil service in past 1.5 years with Kingmakers IAS Academy. I am pleasure to share my experience in front of you. Our academy is known for various initiatives, starting from GMT, DAS, PSLP, SET, MSLP 1000+, 5 details of the week, and so on. In GMT, 10 objective questions were from daily current affair. It will be given and discussed. After that, I am able to understand the crux of the question. After that, we had 2 DAS questions, daily answer writing session. From the DAS, I am able to identify what actually questions comes from current affair and how to structure the answer for demand of the question. After that, we have gone through of PSLP series, test series. More than 30 tests I am attended during my course of preparation, and also SET that is Core Enhancement Test, followed by PSLP test series. It was conducted by our academy. Personally, I felt I am improved after that attending all set tests. I am able to realize my potential, and it will helpful for me and able to progress my level best. After that, we had given our prelims. We entered through MSLP test series, MSLP classes, and MSLP 1000+ program. In this program, we had discussed more than 15 up to 20 questions daily discussed. At the end of the week, they had a optional test. At the end of the week, they had a particular syllabus test. Till now, we have completed 15 sectional tests and one full mark test for including essays as well as GS1, GS2, GS3, and GS4. From this MSLP, personally, I have learned how to break the question and how to structure the answer and how to understand the core demand of the question and generate points what question demands it on. More importantly, I am able to manage time. Within 3 hours, I am able to complete my paper. Yesterday and today, we have interacted with our former VPC chairman, DP Agrawal sir. It gives another view of experience and how to build conversation among peer groups, as well as it is very useful for my preparation also. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable input. Our institute not only teaches us in preparation point of view, they also conducted many programs, starting from Kalam Kanavalanism to recently success stories. I meet various personalities, and I am learned how they behave in front of public. Their personalities will tremendously changes my behavior also. I really felt it. In our institute, we had excellent staff members, and their inputs, thought, and content enrich us. They are also good mentor for all us. They are very friendly to us. Finally, I would conclude my speech by thanking DP Agrawal sir, Nandakumar sir, Nedumaran sir, as well as Subha ma'am, for your presence and making the event more colorful. And I extended my thanks to our beloved CMD sir, Dr. Mr. Bhuminathan sir, as well as Satyasri ma'am, for providing such an opportunity and aspirant-centric administration. And I finally conclude my speech. I thank to all teaching and non-teaching staff members to join with this journey. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, CB. Thanks for all your gratitude. So now I call Sneha Murugesan to discuss her thoughts.
Good evening, one and all present here. This is Sneha, 2019 batch student of Kingmakers IAS Academy. I have started my preparation in 2019 June. Then after COVID, I went back to my native because of gap. I couldn't continue my preparation in last 2 years. Then I have rejoined here for the MSLP program. This is the biggest turning point in my life. Everyone will be saying that after 10th and 12th, after the college, it will be a turning point. But for me, entering the civil services life, aspirant's life is itself a biggest journey. After that, after COVID, after many struggles, I have come back to this academy and met. First of all, I came to Chennai after the long break to join a job, to support myself and continue the journey of civil service preparation. But I couldn't go suddenly join the job because I feel that if I continue with the job, I feel low. So that I couldn't continue the preparations. Well, like that, I have a self-doubt. So I met sir and he said only one word, no, strictly no. If you, in this 3 months of phase, if you go and join in a job, you will be trapped. So don't, in this phase, you don't need any job. You continue with the preparation. I will support you. This is the only word which totally transformed me, and it is the total support given by him. Only because of Bhuminadan sir, I am standing here before you. And attending the MSLP program is the biggest transformation in my life. I have learned, I have reinvented myself as a new being. I have completed, I have learned many things, how to structure an answer, how to complete the paper within 3 hours of time. It helped me in a very, very well way. I could have enhanced myself in answer writing. It helped me in a very well in this way. How could I develop my answer writing, and especially in handwriting classes? I feel that my handwriting is good, but in writing practices, starting it will be good. Our R&D department will be saying your presentation is starting, it's very good. At the end, it was too bad. So it's like first half it's written by someone else, and the second half it's written by someone else. So it's not good. So maintain your presentation to the whole, that starting to the ending. So sir started the handwriting classes. So it helped me to maintain the presentation from the starting till the end. Which helped me in identifying myself in a new way, and it developed my self-confidence level. So I thank for the initiative of MSLP 1000 plus and our R&D department, sir. Thank you so much.
So I call Akash to discuss his thoughts. Thank you, Sneha, for your thoughts. Surely we never expected such a feedback from an aspirant who said that it transformed her entire life. So thank you. We'll keep this in mind and we'll further chisel the MSLP program. Yes, Akash.
A very good evening to one and all present here, especially DP Agrawal sir. It's been a great pleasure to talk in front of you. I want to ask a question. How many of you have a belief in the existence of God? To my friends, feel free to share your opinion. Okay, thank you. According to a survey by a sociologist, Kaiser, over 93% of population all over in the world has belief in the existence of God. For you all people, I'm going to quote a favorite Tirukural said by Thiruvalluvar. Deivathan agadu eninum muyarchidan meivarutha kuli tharum. Ador meaning enna அங்க இருக்க தெய்வமே கீழே இறங்கி வந்து நம்மளுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணனா கூட நம்ம கையில ப்ராப்பரான முயற்சி இருந்ததுன்னா நம்ம அதுக்கான பலனை அடையலாம் அப்படின்னா, தட் இஸ் ஈவன் if the God fails to help or save us, we can with the right effort in right direction and time we can reap the rewards. Next, similarly, I'm going to share a few qualities which inspired me and mold my personality throughout the 1.5 years. First one. First, I will talk about the Bhumi sir. Bhumi sir, hope you all know about the speech which he had gave after completion of the inauguration of Ready program. We must all have that burning desire which motivated him to do that thing. Next, Valan sir. Valan sir is very well known for his smiling face. He never failed to put a smile on his face, whether it's 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Next, Satya ma'am. Satya ma'am, his views about the society and the way and the inference which she is having about the society is quite inspiring. These kind of people are much needed in today's world to make our society egalitarian. Next, Dubey sir. Dubey sir, we must learn from him the quality of awareness. We must aware about what is happening around us, why we are shifting from 4G to 5G, or why we are using from LCD to LED display. Likewise, we have to get aware from whichever happening around us. Next, Ganesh sir. Ganesh sir is known for his perseverance and a famous dialogue, "Isn't a reality, Padga." Next, Shivaraj sir. Shivaraj sir can put the word punctuality as his surname also. Out of 25 sessions, not even a single session he came late, but one session he came half an hour late, and he while entering the class, he addressed the students and said that I know you people are waiting for the reason of my late. Now I'll tell you. I informed Ram, Mr. Ram, yesterday itself that the session was postponed to 10:30. I cannot come by 10, but he didn't informed you. Likewise, this much of punctuality we can inspire from him. Next, Jagan sir. From Jagan sir, we can learn how to present ourselves to the public or wherever we are going. Next, R&D department. R&D department is very approachable. Easily we can able to approach, and they are very open to feedback. They get the feedback and they'll work on it and give us better things next time. Next, Karthik sir. Karthik sir is a very humble, so down to earth person, and he's a miniature of Nedumaran sir. From what point I'm telling is, out of 10 units, if we are learning only 3 units, out of 3 units, we can able to answer how we can able to answer out of the 3 units. He'll train us like that. Next, Prava sir. Prava sir is very friendly to students, and he'll guide their students only in a practical way and achievable way, not guiding hectic task like that. Next, Gurunadhar Adil sir. ஆதில் சார் பத்தியும் மேம் பத்தி சொல்லணும்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, நம்ம வந்து அந்த நாடரோடி தான் படத்துல வந்து அள்ளி போட்டு எடுத்துட்டு வந்துட்டேன் அவ்வளவு இருக்கு அப்படின்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதனால டு சம் இட் அப், I'll say just one dialogue from the movie Vikram. I'm a big fan of your work, sir. Next, Vijita ma'am. Vijita ma'am, I can call her ma'am as well as mom because that much she had done to me. She is the only person who is having high open faith more than me. Next, the relationship between me and Vijita ma'am will be like an editor and a director relationship. I used to collect information. I used to collect information from everywhere, and I'll go meet her. She'll tell, don't use this, don't read this, don't hear from this person. This one is this can be needed, this cannot be needed, like that. Next, my 2 favorite speakers, Nandakumar sir and Nedumaran sir, they are perfect combo for the aspirants. As a doctor suggest us to have some tablets before the food and after the food. Likewise, I suggest you people to watch Nandakumar sir videos before studying and Nedumaran sir videos after studying. The reason is because Nanda sir videos helps us to motivate us to do great things. Nedumaran sir is because the reason why I told Nedumaran sir is a miniature of Karthik sir is a miniature of Nedumaran sir is he is very, very cool and calm person, humble person. I can dedicate 2 dialogues to them. First, for Nanda sir, நான் வீழ்வேன் என்று நினைத்தாயோ, and for Nedumaran sir, the recent dialogue from Vikram movie itself. இந்த மாதிரி நேரங்கள்லாம் வீரங்கள்லாம் சொல்ற வார்த்தை பாத்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து I used to inspire from many of our friends for which we can do and we should not do. Both the ways I'll get inspired from my friend. One of our stories, one of my friend Tangapandi, who is there. I used to study in study hall. He used to study in hostel. One day he came to study hall. I was shocked. And then I asked, why you came here to study? Then he told, I feel sleepy in a hostel there. That's why I came here. At that time, I changed my thought process. We should not change according to our situations. We should change situations according to ourselves. With an ending note, I consider UPSC. I consider the journey to Labasna as an illustration. Each and every aspirant who are starting the journey from the base of it. Assume each and every year of preparation as a hairpin bends and try to minimize it and reach your destination as soon as possible. Wish you all success. Nandri Magalsi.
So that was a lightning speech. It lit up the crowd. So thanks for all your observation regarding each and every faculty. So he just gave one-liners for all the faculty. So in the same way, use the keywords in answer writing also. While writing. So describe all. So now I call Tangapandi, his friend from hostel, to address the students.
Good evening, friends and staffs. I'm glad to speak my experience with Kingmakers IAS Academy. I'm going to talk about what I'm gaining from this institute. First, made aware of me this about this examination because through Onakurul IAS event, when this event going on in my college, I was the NCC cadet to manage the crowd there. So this institute only made aware of this examination. Second, this institute provide me this course at a very, very affordable price, without which I couldn't study this institution. And it made me very rational person because through various ideologies, I learned newly from this institute only. And this institute provided me more good friends. They supported me financially, educationally, and economically also many times. And this institute provided me relentless motivation through Kingstock events, which motivate at a regular interval. And the sir and staff gave me very love and caring at regular interval. Because he meet us he meet us every time and know about me, how I write the examination and how I got mark in the examination. And after the MSLP only, I understood how easy to write the mains answer writing, because before that I understood this mains answer writing in mains is a very difficult one. So after that MSLP only, I understood how easy to write the mains answer writing. So this Kingmakers IAS Academy have more hope on us. So we will never defy you. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tangapandi. So hope you clear the exam in next year and give us all the laurels. So now I call Satyanarayanan to share his thoughts.
Good evening to all and all present here. It's an immense pleasure to have you all. And good evening, sir. So inspiration and motivation, both we fail to recognize in ourselves. So it was our faculty members who we can, it's like taking a time to recognize them. So thanks all for always making me understood and past this 1.5 years journey. So it's not an easy process to have you all as a, so it's I took this opportunity to thank you all. And it's in the process வந்து எல்லாருமே ஒரு இன்டென்ஸை ஃபேஸ் பண்ணிட்டே இருப்போம். அது எப்படின்னா, நம்ம எல்லாருமே ஒவ்வொரு எமோஷன் இருக்கும். அதை வந்து ஓவர் கம் பண்றதுக்கு இவங்க கிட்ட நம்ம டிப்ஸ் கேட்போம். ஸோ அதை வந்து faculty இல்லாம they are like, or aspirant to aspirant talks that we can easily connect to them, which we can't connect with our parents or friends group who we studied in college or other universities. So they could understand emotions easily and motivate us. வெளியே பார்த்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி. ஸோ அதை நான் நிறைய வாட்டி வந்து ரியலைஸ் பண்ணேன் எல்லாருக்கிட்டையுமே அப்படின்னு. ஸோ அது 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 எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, உங்ககிட்ட அடி வாங்கினதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் எங்க அடி வாங்கினாலும் நம்மளுடைய சக்தி இருக்குன்ற மாதிரி அது இருக்கும். ஸோ ஏன்னா ஈச் ஒன் undergone a lot. So each thing they convey to us that caused many attempts to them and many mistakes to them. So that we actually we could understand it's like a dark comedy, but it's not. It's like a more amount of pain and more amount of dedication and energy that they put to us. And they like say like it's like a dark joke, but it's not. வேற பசங்க கேளுங்கடா அப்படின்ற மாதிரி தான் இருக்குமே. But we have to recognize that, and நம்ம we just have to understand that and not to proceed in our life. So within this 1.5 years journey, starting we are undergone a pandemic, so we have to shift to online. It's like in the September month, we just have the offline process, and the DP Agrawal sir was the one who initiated it. So it's like, thank you, sir, for coming here and completing our preparation. Thank you. We just have many struggles, and we just have to shifted to online to January time, and luckily we just continued to the offline. We just in this 1.5 years, we gained a lot. We understood a lot. Hi, sir. Hello, sir. Hi. இப்ப வந்தாரு. So, hi, sir. It's like, have you here? Thank you. Back to the topic, back to the cricket. It's like no faculties favors you or no faculty is favored to particular person. Every faculty has always been equal to everyone in giving their inputs, giving their experience sharing to everyone. Is like we just have to utilize them. It's in our hands. Because it's been 1.5 years, and we have learned something in our life that needs to be contributed in our civil service preparation. So finally, பாலா படம் மாதிரி சோகமா முடியறதும், லோகேஷ் படம் மாதிரி ஜாலியா ஹாப்பியா முடியறதும் நம்ம கையில தான் இருக்கு. அண்ட் இந்த 3 மாசம் நம்ம எப்படி இந்த 8 months எப்படி நம்ம ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ண போறோம் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் our entire journey decides, or else we'll trap in the cycle of. So thanks for giving us an opportunity. And last but not least was Bhumi sir, who actually started this and completed the entire journey. And I just want to thank Bhumi sir for the scholarship test, which actually helped me a lot to continue this process in this journey. And thanks all, thanks Patrick. Thank you. Again.
Thank you, Jagan. So hopefully we are ready. Thank you, Satya. Okay. Thank you, Satya. Hopefully we are ending up like a Vikram movie. So next I call Edison Paul to address the gathering and to inspire the students.
Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Edison. I have started my preparation on July 21, 2021 batch. And first of all, my journey in this Kingmakers IAS Academy is, I still remember the day where I started. Like I just came to academy and visited for inquiry. I visited Muthukumar sir from marketing department. At that time he told like this course will be a 1 year journey. I'll ask like what about 1 year? After 1 year, what will be? He said like course will be about 1 year, but this support from the academy will be until you get your service. So that's what I'm experiencing now. After the 1 year also, I'm getting the support was extended from my academy. So thank you, Bhumi sir, for that. And next thing is this, in this 1.5 year journey, about the faculty members, like all the faculty members are experienced in this field. They will be saying like
they will say what are the mistakes the aspirants will do and what are the mistakes they have done so far. So they'll say like வேணாடா அந்த பக்கம் போகாத in like in Vadivel comedy. Like he will say like all the faculty will say share their experience to us, so that what we will do is like we'll realize that, and we'll be getting confident, and we'll be realizing that what are all the problems we'll be facing in this, like what to say, we'll be we will not have the pressure which the freshers will be facing in this thing. And next the important thing is like one of the best thing that Bhuminathan sir will do is like he will always arrange the sessions which the students lack, in what and things with student lack. For example, we the UPSC aspirants lack some of the things in unit 8 and 9, or else the general science in TNPSC aspects. So in that case, he just added a session. So special thanks for that also, sir. And finally, the King's Talk. The King's Talk show initiative by Kingmakers. They all call the senior civil servants and all the civil servants who have cleared their examinations. So on seeing that, I will also be thinking, okay, நம்மளும் ஒரு நாள் clear பண்ணி இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு சிந்தே அகாடமியில நம்ம சீஃப் கெஸ்டா வந்து உட்கார்றோம். Each and every time I'll think like that. And then final conclusion is இந்த ஃபீல்டுக்குள்ள நம்ம உள்ள வரும்போது ஆஸ்பிரண்டா வந்திருக்கோம், பட் வெளியே போகும்போது நம்ம ஆஸ்பிரண்டா போகாம மாறாக நம்ம ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் அபிஷியலா போவோம். சர்விங் த நேஷன். ஜெய் ஹிந்த்.
Advance we are calling you as the guest. King's Talk. Please give us the date. Okay. Thank you, Edison. So we are having one more speaker with a well elaborate speech, and Mr. Jagan. So Jagan is again a rap singer, but he is going to give a speech today.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. I am pleased to express a warm welcome and my gratefulness to the distinguished dignitaries and all elders and the fellow aspirants. For the sake of inclusivity and to assure better understanding to beloved parents and to the people and who are watching via online, I would like to express my gratitude through bilingually. அன்பை வளர்க்கும் தாயையும் அன்போடு பண்பை வளர்க்கும் தந்தையையும் அன்போடும் பண்போடும் அறிவை வளர்க்க உறுதுணையாய் இருந்த என் ஆசான்களையும் வணங்கி ஆயுதம் செய்வோம் என்ற பாரதியின் வேண்டுகோளை நிறைவேற்றும் பொருட்டு பயணம் மேற்கொள்ளும் நம் அனைவரை பற்றியும் ஓரிரு வார்த்தைகள் பேச விழுகின்றேன். In everyone's life, there might be some incident which makes an irrevocable impact in you, and such happenings insist you, push you, motivates you, and give meaning to your life in achieving something. And I do have some happenings in my life too, which I have been faced, seen, subjected to a victim in such happenings. Some of them like people exposed to poverty, deprivation, inequality, discrimination, harassment and violence, ethnic conflicts, communalism, religious revivalism, illiteracy, disparity in education, and even so. And those curves in our society makes me start to questioning over it, and ends with the process of sharpening myself to curb and curtail that as much as I can. To quote this in Tamil, நான் ஏன் இங்கே என்ற கேள்விக்கு ஒரு கணம் நம்மை யோசித்து பார்த்தால், நமக்கு நாமே கேள்வி கேட்க நேரிட்டால் அதற்குரிய பதில் என்னவாக இருக்க நேரிடும்? உணவிட்டவன் உடல் சுட்டரிக்கும் பொழுது அகமென்னும் தீயேனோ அணைய மறுத்ததுவோ? மதத்தாலும் இனத்தாலும் மொழியாலும் ஒதுக்கப்படுகையில் சமதர்ம சத்திய நாடு என்ற சொற்றொடரை வெறுத்ததுவோ? தாகம் தணிக்க சென்ற 9 வயது சிறுவனை தீண்டாமை என்னும் தீ என்னும் சுட்டெரித்ததுவோ? துளி பொழுது நிற்பதற்கு கூட துச்சம் என்னும் இடத்தில் தன் துயிலை கழிக்கும் சாலையற்ற ஆதரவற்றோரை பார்த்து மனம் பதைத்ததுவோ? சட்டங்கள் பல இருப்பினும் சாக்கடையை அள்ளும் சக மனிதனை பார்த்து கோபம் வெளியேறியதுவோ? உரிமைகள் கருவறுக்கப்படும் பொழுது சுற்ற உறவுகளும் வேடிக்கை காண்கையில் ஏது செய்யும் இம்மனம்? சில கண்ணீரையும் சில அழுத்தங்களையும் சில கோபங்களையும் கேள்விகளாக எழுப்பியதன் விளைவே ஆயுதம் செய்வோம். அவ்வாறு அந்த ஆயுதத்தை நோக்கி தொடங்கிய தேடலின் தொடர்ச்சியாகவே நாம் இங்கே எண்ணம், சிந்தனை மற்றும் கொள்கை இவை மூன்றும் சீராகவும் நேராகவும், அதுவும் நம்மை போன்றே ஒருவரை சந்திப்பதில் அரிது. அப்படி என்னை போன்று சந்தித்தேன் இங்கு பலரை. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 for sharpening my axe. A famous quote by Abraham Lincoln insists us to make ourselves to be prepared and well efficient in achieving something that we wish to for. Owing to it, Kingmakers IAS Academy had sharpened many aspirants to be well efficient in inculcating the values which is must for the civil servant. Social and economic costs should never be a reason to fail one's dream, and Kingmakers IAS Academy had never failed in letting one's dream to fade away. With a step ahead, you are also offering a free coaching program in the name of Freddy in all over Tamil Nadu to the aspirants with dream, but without financial support. Kingmakers not only teach, but also make us to reach the dream, and so we adopted, we teach and you reach. ஒரு ஆட்சி பணியாளருக்குரிய ஒழுக்கம், நேர்மை, ஆளுமை திறன், பகுத்தறிவு, சமூக அக்கறை, தேசிய உணர்வு, சுற்றுச்சூழல் மீதான கடமை என பல பண்புகளை பல நிகழ்வுகள் மூலம் எங்களுக்கு விதைத்ததோடு மட்டுமல்லாமல் அதற்கான ஒரு உதாரணமாகவும் திகழ்வதில் தாங்கள் தவறியதில்லை. இப்படி நாங்கள் ஏந்த விழைந்த ஆயுதத்தை மேலும் கூர்மையடைய செய்த கிங்மேக்கர்ஸ் பயிற்சி நிறுவனத்திற்கும் தலைமை மற்றும் நிர்வாக இயக்குனர் திரு சத்யஸ்ரீ பூமிநாதன் அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் ஆசிரிய உறுப்பினர் அவர்களுக்கும் என் நன்றியை தெரிவிப்பதில் நெகிழ்வடைகின்றேன். இறுதியாக என்னை போன்ற சக மாணவர்களுக்கு ஒரு வேண்டுகோள். ஆயுதம் ஏந்துவது புதிதல்ல. நம்மை போன்ற பலர் அதை பெரிதளவில் அடைந்தும் சாதித்தும் உள்ளனர். இருப்பினும் அகற்றப்பட வேண்டிய சமூக சீர்கேடுகள் இன்னும் பல. கூறிய ஆயுதத்தை எய்துவது பெரிதல்ல, அது நம் ஒற்றுமையின் ஆயுதமாக, சேவையின் வெளிப்பாடாக சரியான திசையில் எய்தப்பட வேண்டும் என்பதே அவசியமாகும். Nothing can be changed all of a sudden, but nothing is impossible. And we make it possible by considering the tool as not an employment, but as a service for the better India at 100. Thank you so much.
So his speech proved that why he's a rap singer, because the rap is always about the voice of oppression and voice for the welfare of the society. So like Gandhi's talisman, his speech was focusing on the last person standing in the line. We have to always think about that person, and we have to work for that person when we get into the service. So get into the service and work for them. So with that motivating speech, we have the last student speaker to wind up the student session, Ms. Bharati, to address the students.
Good evening, everyone. I'll make it short. There are speakers waiting to address us. I always had the thought that preparation becomes complete on the day when we get into service, we clear the examination. That will be the real happiness. But today I stand overwhelmed here because every moment in Kingmakers and everything we learned in Kingmakers was not only for preparation, it was beyond preparation. It was the learning for a life. So I'll be grateful ever to all persons in Kingmakers and to all persons in Kingmakers throughout my lifetime. And yesterday when we had interaction with Shri D.P. Agrawal sir, he was saying that it is very important to clear prelims first, and it is certainly the truth. But he also added that the preparation for mains enhances us, and it also adds value to the prelims preparation, particularly of preparing for essays and other things. And in that way, Mr. Bhuminathan sir has become the architect of this MSLP program. And it has helped us to regain our confidence, even though we are not cleared the prelims examination, and the students who are appearing for the present mains, they themselves wouldn't have undergone this much of practice and training for mains. And surely this would help us to be an impetus for the upcoming prelims examination. And apart from this, as aspirants, we always look up to persons or bureaucrats like Nandakumar sir and other persons. Every month, at least we'll have 3 or 4 bureaucrats addressing us. And thank you, sir, for that. And then every time there has been always a new initiative. And I personally feel that civil service is not a teaching for the aspirants alone, but the general public has to be aware of whatever we learn in civil services. As a citizen, everyone must know what we study, and and in that way, what a session happens here, particularly editorials, it is taken by sir, is always watched by my parents. And I'm so happy that they've learned so many things, which is also important to be a citizen of our country. And then there are always best practices and best models to be adopted. And one such thing, if there would be such best practice, that would be the teaching of civil services, which has to be adopted in the Indian education system itself. Particularly the faculties of Kingmakers IAS Academy, they provide an extensive support. And particularly we have to mention the student-teacher relationship which exists here. To say they're more like co-aspirants here. As sir comically used to say, "Pera pola hela keta ponga tata solran." Sorry, sir. Sir used to say that, and it is always been so close to us and support for us. And Ganesh sir, his way of teaching is always unique. Whenever he comes into the class, it is always heartwarming for us. And then Hari sir, he always used to address the students like guys, and it makes us so comfortable in the classroom. And then Arun sir, even before I could see my mains answers in the remarks page, he would have written a mains answer himself. Giving elaborate comments. Such interest he takes in giving elaborate comments for us in order to improve. He gives his motivation in like a mains answer itself. So that is very helpful for us to improve in each and every test. And then Prabhakaran sir, he always used to insist us to bring our answer sheets and get feedback. Even if we don't bring them, he always asks them, have you brought it today? And it is so nice. And apart from that, we have Bala sir. His first class, he said that the classroom environment should be very democratic. And in every class of his, students are given more importance. We had an interactive session, and the points which students gave, it was very helpful. And in that way, our faculties of Kingmakers has done a lot to me. And then I've got a wonderful set of friends here. Sorry, I forgot about Vegeta ma'am. I took sociology as my major in college, but I was much more comfortable and learned a lot of things only through Vegeta ma'am's class. And she's always been a personal support to me. And then I've got a wonderful set of friends here. Whom I can look up to for anything. And then I'd like to say that whatever it is, they can approach me at any time for anything, and the same goes for me. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, if you want to shine like a sun, first you have to burn like a sun. And in that way, these small kinds of celebrations and events will take us to the large celebration. That is the day when we clear the examination and we take a direct role in the part of nation building. So thank you so much for all the journey we have taken and for the journey we are yet to take. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Bharati, for the wonderful speech. So now we have come to the end of the students' speech time. So it is now time to felicitate the students back who have performed well in this MSLP program. So there are only 3 students who participated in each and every test, in all the 20 tests, and they got their answer sheets corrected. And there are 2 students who missed just only 1 test. And there are 7 students who missed only 2 tests. So those students who regularly attended the class and regularly wrote the test and regularly got the feedback must be rewarded. So this is the time to reward. So I request our chief guest, Mr. D.P. Agrawal sir, to award the students with the cash prize. Now I call upon Devika, who attended all the tests. So they have been awarded with 10,000 rupees cash prize. Tipi Kannan and Rajalakshana. CB Kannan and Rajalakshana, they attended each and every test and they didn't miss any class. The next is those who missed only 2 tests, that is Bharati and Saranya. Saranya asked. So they are awarded 5,000 cash prize. Saranya, yes. And the next we have 7 students who are being awarded 3,000 cash prize. They have missed only 2 tests. Vaishantini Devi, Aarti, Aishwarya P, Silambarasan, Abdul Rahman, Aishwarya K, and Indu, Satya Narayanan, and Manikandan. Aishwarya, Silambarasan. Yes, sir. So I call Indu. I request Nanda Kumar sir to continue the prize distribution. Silambarasan, Manikandan, and Satya Narayanan. Online. Aishwarya. So Aishwarya, Abdul Rahman, and Silambarasan are attending online. So since they are attending from online, you will be awarded through GPay. So thank you, sir. Thanks for honoring the students and motivating them. So now it's the time for the special address by our guests and followed by that by our chief guests. So now I call our student who joined Kingmakers IS Academy 5 years ago as a integrated batch student. Then she pursued her civil services preparation. I'm seeing her for the past all the 3 MSLP. She used to regularly write each and every MSLP program. And in 2019, most of the answers which she wrote became the model answers for the, even though she couldn't clear that AS examination, but her answers were the model answers for all the others. And now finally, successfully, she went past the TNPSC Group 1 examinations. And we have Ms. Subbalakshmi, who scored 4th rank, and she is a deputy collector now. She is going to represent the students and she is going to talk on behalf of students regarding the MSLP program and her journey.
A very pleasant evening. It's a great privilege to be a part of this Success Meet program. Writing MSLP, I think Adil sir gave me a brief introduction about my journey in this academy. And he almost told all the aspects, like for the past 5 years, I'm continuously coming for this academy. And then when Ms. Sneha told that whenever she went out of the track, Bhuminathan sir just pulled her back. The same thing happened with me also, because in 2019, I was literally vexed up with UPSC preparation, and that depression all come, it is a part of UPSC aspirants struggle. So at that time, Bhuminathan sir was the greatest motivating factor. And I should personally thank God for that, because I can see God in him. Because he trapped me in that time. Though I went for another government job also, he used to regularly call me and motivated me to again start preparing for this exam. I am standing before you as a deputy collector is because of UPSC preparation. And the thing is, I was able to achieve this state fourth in first attempt is because of this MSLP program. I think all credit goes to MSLP program because I was very dedicated towards MSLP program. So actually, Bhuminathan sir used to, Bhuminathan sir should give me nearly 30,000 rupees for this. I didn't miss any MSLP program, and just for fun, I'm saying this, sir. But then this cash prize really motivates you for the next step because this time where you feel that you're economically dependent on your parents, this cash money will further support you and make you orient towards that field. So I would like to congratulate everybody for attending this MSLP program because most of the aspirants who join the academy for this prelims get filtered out in the MSLP program. The candidates who persevere more, who endure all the hardships will definitely get into service. And that is what I felt. And seeing the success meet of this MSLP program with so much crowd, actually, it portrays that you will all soon become a good bureaucrats of our country. So keep trying for more government job opportunities. Don't fix only. Have your ultimate goal towards UPSC. In between, write TNPSC also, because the mistake what I did was I applied for TNPSC for the first time in 2020 only. So I personally feel that you should also not do that mistake. Go for, have your opportunities wide, but then have your ultimate goal as UPSC. Okay, so that is my piece of advice from my side, and that's it. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful motivational speech. Surely you deserve the 30,000 because you have written all the steps, all the tests of the MSLP. So now I call upon our next guest of the day, Nandakumar sir, the Additional Director of Income Tax. We welcome you, sir. Additional Commissioner, sorry. Okay, sir. Now I request our CMP to honor our guests.
லவ் பண்றது வேற, கல்யாணம் பண்ணி வாழ்றது வேற. லவ் பண்றது அப்படின்றது நம்ம ப்ரிலிம்ஸ் பாஸ் பண்ணா, மெயின்ஸ் பாஸ் பண்ணா, இன்டர்வியூ போனா அப்படின்ற மாதிரி. ஆனா அந்த ப்ராசஸ் அண்டர்கோ பண்றப்பதான் ஆக்சுவலா இவர் சொல்லுவார், டிஎஸ் எலியட் ரொம்ப அழகா சொல்லுவார். எப்படின்னா, when there is no tears in the writer, there is no tears in the reader அப்படின்னுவாரு. Because DP Agrawal sir is here, the question set for the prelims. Suppose there are 4 options for question. You have 4 options. I'm going to choose the right answer if I'm knowing it. அதில் 100 கேள்வியில் நமக்கு 30 கேள்விக்கு மேல தெரியறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பே இல்லை ரசா அப்படின்ற மாதிரி 30 கேள்விக்கு மேல நம்மளுக்கு போச்சுன்னா, if you are knowing certainly of 30 questions, you will clear your prelims. That is the fundamentals, the 1/3. So if you are choosing the right answer, that means you are in a right orientation even to write your mains answer. The same question, suppose you are writing in a descriptive manner. What you have chosen as a right answer for the prelims. Suppose the question is given as a descriptive type. You're not expected to write a B answer. Suppose for the prelims, if A is correct, for the mains examination, you are not expected to write B in a description. So that means the orientation, what you have prepared. நீங்க என்ன orientationோட நீங்க prelims prepare பண்றீங்களோ, UPSC is trying to qualify, make you to allow for the next level. Okay, so now you have a right way of thought process, a right way of thinking. Whatever நீங்க mains examination descriptionல நீங்க எழுதுறீங்களோ, whatever you have written, it is more of a factual. And if it is again an essay or an ethics or integrity paper, it is trying to define in words what you are. நீங்க என்ன எழுதுறீங்களோ ethicsல, what is correct? What is correct for you in terms of your personality? If that is correct, even when you appear before the interview, what you have written in your paper 3, that's again the ethics and integrity, you will not be differentiating yourself or deviating yourself in answering your main interview. So that means prelims mains interview, you require a straight line. நாங்க firing பண்ண போறப்ப firingல we always keep the rifle, the eye, you, blade, the frontல buttல இருக்க blade, and the target. It will be in one single line. So then only we will hold our breath before firing. இது தமிழ் படங்கள்ல வர மாதிரி டிஷ்ஷூலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது, சரியா? டார்கெட் இப்படி இருக்கு, டிஷ்ஷூலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது, சரியா? So you have to hold your breath and keep your again supporting. So and also the recoiling. Varappa we will hold such a way that there is no even a 0.0 centimeters deviation, because the deviation which is happening in you, even if it is again micromillimeter, I'm telling you, when it is going to travel, it will have a greater deviation in kilometers if it is traveling. That is why UPSC is always firm. I'm telling you, nowhere, whether it is again 1960s, 70s, 80s, from the beginning, 2000, 2010, 2020, they've never deviated in their purpose in terms of selection. They always want a right candidate in the field. So when you get into the field, you don't see a Hippocratic personality. What you have written, what you have spoken, and the people in the field, that they are totally different. That is why the selection is made very objective and at all levels. So அதனால இது நிறைய பேருக்கு இந்த மெயின்ஸ் எக்ஸாமினேஷன் அப்படின்ற இந்த ப்ராசஸ் ப்ரிலிம்ஸ் எக்ஸாமினேஷனோட எவல்யூஷன் தான். அந்த எவல்யூஷன்ல மைண்ட்ல வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா நிச்சயமா நீங்க இன்டர்வியூ போறப்ப சம்டைம்ஸ் பசங்களாம் சொல்றது உண்டு. நான் இந்த பாட்டை அடிக்கடிக்கு போன வாரம் கூட ஒரு காலேஜ் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ல பாடினேன். ஆசை வந்து என்னை ஆட்டி வைத்த காலம். அந்த மாதிரி இங்க when we are actually we are aspiring. The aspiration is all about it. யாருக்கு சக்சஸ் வருது அப்படின்னு. என்னுடைய நண்பர் ஒருத்தர் 21 ஆரம்பிச்சாரு. நான் அவரை பார்த்தது என்னமோ mid-20s, பட் அவர் முடிக்கிறப்ப 35. Think about someone who started at 21, but at 35 he got it. But he never at any time he felt that the failures have affected him. The consistency, I'm not getting into the community, or I'm not getting into the attempts, or I'm not getting into. Since he was actually attempting, 21 ல இருந்து 35 வரைக்கும் யாருக்காவது இங்க இருக்க முடியுமா? அந்த கன்சிஸ்டன்சி இருக்க முடியுமான்னு யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. That consistency only made him to be the bureaucrat. Now he is in Karnataka.
Bangalore commissioner.
Bangalore commissioner. I don't want to name, but he is again. சொல்லிட்டீங்களா? So I've seen, because he is my roommate. He was my roommate actually. So on the consistency, when I see people who have cleared, நான் teaching 98 ல இருந்து டீச் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறதுனால I know people யார் கிளியர் பண்றாங்க, யார் கிளியர் பண்ணல அப்படின்னு பாக்குறப்ப கிளியர் பண்ணவங்களோட அந்த ஆட்ரிபியூட்ஸ் எல்லாம் பார்த்தா I'm telling you again, for failures, you have specific reasons. For success, again, you have collective reasons. You may not know. Someone is defining for what factors I've succeeded. அது manipulative தான். புரியுதா? நான் இப்படி எழுதுனா, அப்படி எழுதுனா, இப்படி பேசினா, அப்படி பேசினா அப்படின்றது. It's a collective factor. I can't attribute to a specific phenomenon. Because of this, I've succeeded. But I'm failing. எந்த ப்ராசஸ்ல நான் எங்க ஃபெயில் ஆனாலும் அங்க ஸ்பெசிபிக் ரீசன்ஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த ஸ்பெசிபிக் ரீசன்ஸை யார் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாங்களோ, ப்ரிலிம்ஸோ, மெயின்ஸோ, இன்டர்வியூ, ஏன்னா I've seen people who have appeared 7 times to the interview board. Even after 7th time again, consistently, prelims clear பண்ணுவாங்க, mains clear பண்ணுவாங்க, interview போவாங்க. prelims clear பண்ணுவாங்க, mains clear பண்ணுவாங்க, interview போவாங்க. 2 ஆச்சா, prelims clear பண்ணுவாங்க, mains clear பண்ணுவாங்க, interview போவாங்க. 3 ஆச்சா, prelims clear பண்ணுவாங்க, mains clear பண்ணுவாங்க, interview போவாங்க. 4 ஆச்சா, prelims clear பண்ணுவாங்க, mains clear பண்ணுவாங்க, interview போவாங்க. 5 ஆச்சா, இப்படி சொல்றதுக்கே இது தனுஷ் சொல்ற மாதிரி இருக்கு. திருச்சிற்றம்பலத்துல அது மாதிரி லைனா அப்படி 7th டைமும் போய் 7th டைமும் இன்டர்வியூல 60-70 வாங்கின ஆட்கள் இருக்காங்க. கன்சிஸ்டன்டா அதுல டீவியேஷனே இல்ல. 60-70. So this is what அவர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் தடவை, செகண்ட் தடவை, தேர்ட் தடவை, எனக்கு லாஸ்ட் தடவை அவரை ரிவ்யூ பண்றப்ப நான் சொன்னேன், நீங்க உங்க இன்டர்வியூ நெகட்டிவ் ஆரம்பிச்சு பாசிட்டிவ் முடிக்கிறீங்க. நீங்க அதை பாசிட்டிவ் ஆரம்பிச்சு நெகட்டிவா முடிச்சீங்கன்னா சரி, அது 2 சைட்ல இருக்கு அப்படின்னு. யூ ஆர் கிரியேட்டிங் an impression that ஃபீல்டு இல்ல. அதுதான் சொல்றது அடிக்கடி. உங்களை லைக் ஐ பிலாங் டு டிபி அகர்வால் சார் போர்டு. ஆக்சுவலா see, I'm not stating that who is sitting before me. If I would have, because I'm not perceiving the personality who is assessing. Anyone who is sitting before me, they should have an objective evaluation, whether a male or a female, or a known or unknown. I'm only performing. Maybe an average may go up and down, a deviation of some percentages. But if I'm scoring very good in one board, I'm scoring very good in other board, very bad in other board. So good and bad, again, the deviation, what is an average? It is not about the personality. It is all about my qualities, my attributes. So that is more important. One board I'm getting very low. The other board I'm getting very high. Another board I'm getting an average. That means I'm not consistent in my personality to express myself. So this is what I perceived. And that's the only interview I succeeded. I didn't take again. I'm telling you, it's because not that I need 7 interviews to succeed, or 7 times. Even after 7 times, someone failed. If avangaloda miserability illa, I said the only factor, they didn't understand what they did not have. And 30 minutes, because sir, when he sits in a board, in 30 minutes, he's trying to visualize yourself when you're posted in the field, when you're becoming a civil servant. Not like they don't perceive you as an IAS officer. They don't perceive you as an IPS officer, because it is all your option, which is actually treated as your preference. They are not trying to see you as an IAS officer or an IPS officer. They are evaluating that as a civil servant. The attributes, என்ன attributes நீங்க வச்சிருக்கீங்களோ அந்த attributes 60 years timeline they are seeing. That I'm choosing this person till his retirement, how he will be, how she will be. And that is how they evaluate. They don't see for an instant result. Oh, next year he'll be fantastic, he'll be excellent. And this perception they don't have for the 30 minutes evaluation or whatever the time limit which they take. They see you as a personality till your retirement. உங்க retirement வரைக்கும் நீங்க உங்க பர்சனாலிட்டியை, இப்ப நான் சொல்றேன், சப்போஸ் someone is stating, நிறைய பேர் சொன்னீங்கல்ல இங்க வந்து, இப்ப if you're depressed and if you're not knowing your problem, after becoming an administrator, how will you know others' problem? How will you understand other problem? மத்தவங்களோட பிரச்சனையை you're not understanding yourself and reasons for your failures. Will you have the capacity to understand the failures and the failure reasons for the failure reasons for the others and the environment? And when you're depressed, I'm telling you, during the preparation, when you're feeling depressed, will you have the personality to motivate others? That is the first question. It is not I'm hypocritic. கொடுத்தா ரைட், நான் எல்லாத்தையும் பண்ணிடுவேன் அப்படின்னு. It's not like ஒரு நாள் முதல் வர மாதிரி. You possess all the attributes expected. See the attributes expected in the personal interview. The social cohesion, it's not by words. You live. When you become an administrator, you live yourself. You live to your best, your personality. அதுதான் means. So with that, whatever the words required to express in a descriptive manner for your mains, and in a oral manner to describe yourself and the situation, definitely those who have the awareness, those who know their failures, definitely avangalukku success is certain. I'm telling you, if you're not knowing yourself and the reasons for your failures, the specific reasons for your failures, then the success is uncertain. That's what the success mean here. Success certain irka illa uncertain irka அப்படின்றது எதை வச்சுன்னா ஃபெயிலியர்ஸ்க்கான ரீசன்ஸை தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா அதை கரெக்ட் பண்ணா மட்டும் போதும். நீங்க நிச்சயமா நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல்ல யூ வில் பி மூவிங் ஆன். ஆனா நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல், don't think that when I go to the interview, now I will see to that my personality will be exhibited in a better. If you don't have a better communication skill, இப்ப நான் இன்டர்வியூ போனா I will develop over the night. It is not that you will develop over the night anything. It should be your attribute. இன்னைக்கு உங்களுக்கு கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ற அந்த கெப்பாசிட்டியை டெவலப் பண்ற அந்த ஆட்டிடியூட் இல்லைன்னா in the interview process you're not going to have all on a sudden. That's very important. So that is why இப்ப நீங்க இங்க பேசுறப்ப நீங்க பார்த்து பேசுனீங்களா பார்த்தாம பேசுனீங்களா, நீங்க பார்த்து பேசுனீங்களா அப்படின்றது இல்ல. That is why you got stuck up, because you are reading. நீங்க எமோஷனலா பேசுனீங்களா that content will come automatically. When something is which is within you, you will perform yourself. That is how I felt. What is within me, I should perform in a natural way. அதை நான் நேச்சுரலா பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சேன்னு வச்சுக்கீங்களேன், ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா உங்களோட அந்த ரிசல்ட்ஸ் நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்களோ நிச்சயமா அது சக்சஸா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகும். அதுலதான் I always say it is very important how you visualize yourself when you become a civil servant after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, until your retirement, where you want to be. Now you will develop all the attributes. Those attributes will be relevant for your prelims, mains, and interview. And those attributes will make you a leader. And நீங்க கிரிக்கெட் கேம் பார்த்திருக்கீங்கல்ல, பவுலருக்கு இந்தியா வின் பண்ணும் அப்படின்ற சென்ஸ் இருக்குமா இல்லையான்னு தெரியாது. He wants to bowl the best. He will not feel that India should win out of my bowling. And a best batsman, he will not think that by my batting that India should win. But a captain should have it. Remember that. A captain should have. Dhoni அதெல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா தோனியை பெரிய ரோல் மாடலா பாக்குறோம். எப்ப கொடுத்தாங்க நீங்க எப்படா கொடுங்க. My only attitude to make India to win. It is not that ஐயோ உனக்கு கடைசி நேரத்துல கொடுத்துட்டாருங்களே, இந்த டைம்ல இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கு பால் அப்படின்னு. ஒரு பாலா இருந்தாலும் 6 அடிக்கிறேன், சரியா? ஒரு பாலா இருந்தாலும் I will ensure that India is winning. பட் மத்தவங்களுக்கு இவர் சொல்லி அனுப்பணும், டே அடிங்கடா அப்படின்னு. அவரு பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணல, நான் கேப்டனா இல்லாம வேற யாராவது பவுல் பண்ண போனாங்கன்னா now captain has to feed him and mentor him and guide him. You should how to behave அப்படின்னு. ஆனா ஒரு லீடருக்கு யார் சொல்லணும்? He will know. No external யாரும் mentoring பண்ணணும், யாரும் கைட் பண்ணணும்ன்ற அவசியமே இல்லை. He knows and how to play also அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன்ல அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு. That is why Dhoni was considered to be the best in the captainship or the leadership. இத மைண்ட்ல எப்ப நாம வச்சுக்கிறோமோ அப்பதான் நம்மளுக்கு அந்த ஆட்டிடியூட் டெவலப் ஆகும். யாராவது சொல்லிட்டே இருப்பாங்க, இப்படி பண்ணுங்க, அப்படி பண்ணுங்க, இதை பண்ணுங்க, அதை பண்ணுங்க, இதை ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுங்க, அதை ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னு. அது இனிஷியலா. பட் நவ் யூ ஹவ் கம்ப்ளீட்டட் phase 4. இப்ப நீங்க செல்ஃப் கைடடா உங்களை கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கான அந்த பாசிபிலிட்டி இருந்ததுன்னா டெஃபினட்டா என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, நீங்க சக்சீட் ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறமா உங்களோட சக்சஸ் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜியை சொல்றப்ப உங்களுக்கு கிளாரிட்டி இருக்கும். Not that these factors I've succeeded. For these factors I've failed அப்படின்னு. ஆனா இந்த factors கரெக்ட் பண்ண I succeeded அப்படின்னு. So this is again I'm telling you when there is no tears, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி in the writer there is no tears in the reader. உங்களுக்கு சக்சஸ் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி தெரியலன்னா இன்னைக்கு நீங்க நாளைக்கு அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட்டர் ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறமா உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க போறதெல்லாம் ப்ராப்ளம் தான். உங்களுக்கு ஒண்ணு யாரும் சால்வ் பண்ணி கொடுக்க போறது இல்லை. நம்ம we are not going to outsource our problem to someone நீங்க சால்வ் பண்ணி கொடுங்க அப்படின்னு. You're going to sit in administration where you're going to only solve the problems. Just put before you as an administrator, district collector போய் பாருங்க how hectic will it be. வரவங்க எல்லாருமே they will be all with problem with all the departments. And that experience again when you go to a policy making level போறப்ப ஓ இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ஃபீல்ட்ல நம்ம ஃபேஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம், இதுதான் பாலிசி இஷ்யூவா இருக்கு, இந்த பாலிசி மேட்டர்ல மேல போக போக yes this is again issue. Now I could able to because as being a field administrator as an SP or a district collector now மேல போறப்ப இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தை நீங்க ஃபீல்ட்ல பார்த்ததுனால மேல when you go to the policy making level you could able to decide better. That is how the administration is all about it. So இப்ப அந்த பர்செப்ஷனோட வைங்க. ஒரு சில பேருக்கு நேச்சுரலா எழுத வரலாம், ஒரு சில பேருக்கு நேச்சுரலா பேச வரலாம். ஆனா இங்க எல்லாம் தேவைப்படுறது நம்மளுடைய ஆளுமையை பயன்படுத்திக்கிறதுக்கு. ஏன்னா நீங்க வெளிப்படுத்தினாதான் அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நீங்க யாருன்னு. அதனால நீங்க வெளிப்படுத்தாத வரைக்கும் உங்களை எழுத்து மூலியமாவும் உங்க வார்த்தை மூலியமாவும் அவங்களுக்கு தெரிய போறதுல நீங்க யாரு அப்படின்னு. அப்படி வெளிப்படுத்துற ஒரு வாய்ப்பு தான் நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி இது நம்ம இந்த படத்துல எல்லாம் என்னது மணிரத்னம் படத்துல லவ் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் காமிப்பாங்க, லவ் சக்சீட் ஆகிற வரைக்கும். மேரேஜ் லைஃப் காமிச்சாங்கன்னா அதான் சொல்லுவேன், மேரேஜ் லைஃப் காமிச்சாங்கன்னா சத்தியமா எவனும் லவ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க சரியா, இல்ல கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கிறத பத்தி யோசிப்பாங்க சரிங்களா. அப்படிதான். ஆனா இருந்தாலும் the married life is again considered to be the institution. சரியா, மேரிட் லைஃப் எல்லாருக்கும் ஒன்னும் பெருசா சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் லைஃப் அப்படின்னு யாரும் சொல்ல முடியாது. எவ்ரி ஹஸ்பண்ட் அண்ட் ஒய்ஃப் will have a problem. அதுக்காக யாரும் கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்காம இருக்க போறது இல்லை. they are expected to the same way. It is again the face which you have, which again இந்த ஃபேஸ்ன்றது லவ் மேரேஜ் மாதிரி தான். இப்ப ரொம்ப ஜாலியா இருக்கீங்க, ஆனா நீங்க ஜாப் போனதுக்கு அப்புறமா உங்களோட ப்ரொஃபைல்ல இப்ப எவ்வளவு ஃப்ரீயா மென்டலி ஃப்ரீயா உட்காந்துருக்கீங்கன்னு சொல்லுவேன் நான். ஆக்சுவலா ஜாப் போனதுக்கு அப்புறமா உங்களுக்கு your life is going to be very hectic. Your life is going to be for others. Your life is going to be for the task again which has been given. Your life is again more than இன்னைக்கு நீங்க ரொம்ப லெஷர்லியா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஓவர் செகண்ட் ஓவர்ல இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஆஸ்கிங் ரேட் என்னமோ 2-3 தான் இருக்கும் சரியா, 1-2 தான் இருக்கும். ஆனா வேலை வாங்கினதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஒரு பாலுக்கு 4 ரன் அடிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும், 6 ரன் அடிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். சான்ஸே இல்ல. அந்த பேஸ்ல தான் இருக்கீங்க. அந்த பேஸ்ல இருக்கிறதுனால மேக் யுவர் செல்ஃப் தட் தி பெஸ்ட் அவைலபிள். இப்ப இருக்க டைமை பெஸ்டா யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க, பெஸ்டா யூட்டிலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. உங்களை எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணி மெயின்ஸ் எக்ஸாமினேஷன் போலன்னா அது பெரிய அட்வான்டேஜ் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ஏன்னா நிறைய டைம் இருக்கு உங்களை கரெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு, எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கு. ஆனா ஒன்ஸ் எக்ஸாம் போனதுக்கு அப்புறமா நான் இதை பண்ணிருக்கலாம், அதை பண்ணிருக்கலாம், இதை எழுதிருக்கலாம், அதை எழுதிருக்கலாம், இதை படிச்சிருந்துக்கலாம், அதை படிச்சிருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா அதெல்லாம் இல்ல. இட் இஸ் லிவிங். I lived the best in my mains examination. I lived the best in my interview. I lived the best in my prelims. So ஒருவேளை நான் இன்டர்வியூ போனதுக்கு அப்புறமா when I was in the sir board இல்ல நான் இப்படி சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம் அப்படி சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா செகண்ட் இன்டர்வியூ தான். அப்படிதான் இப்படி சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம் அப்படி சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம், வெளியில வந்து இப்படி சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம் அப்படி சொல்லியிருந்திருக்கலாம்னா நான் அங்க அவரோட போர்டு வரும்னு நான் எதிர்பார்க்கல, இருந்தாலும் வந்துச்சு. எனக்கு 2 இன்டர்வியூமே, டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி இன்டர்வியூ சரி யூபிஎஸ்சி இன்டர்வியூமே the toughest board தான். Why I'm telling you the toughest board is the board which is ascertaining your personality. It's not the easy board. I'm telling you the toughest board நீங்க குவாலிஃபை ஆயிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா you are the best again among the other boards, the liberal boards ன்னு சொல்றேன். லிபரல் போர்ட்ல போடுறதுக்கும் டஃபஸ்ட் போர்டு போடுறதுக்கும், ஏன்னா நான் டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சில அந்த எல்லாருமே they created me before going the interview. Oh you're அப்படின்னு டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சில இன்டர்வியூ போனப்ப when they said, I said I'm going to perform my personality, I'm not bothered. how they are evaluating. I'm going to express the best. I'm going to live the best. That's all. That gave me the best score. With this again, I wish everyone the best for your official life, which is going to begin with. So thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. So always think like Mahendra Singh Dhoni and perform well. Focus on the process, not on the results. So with this note, now I call upon our next speaker, Vijita Dinakaran ma'am. So ma'am scored 687th rank in the civil services examination, and she's handling the sociology optional. So she will be discussing and sharing her thoughts.
A very good evening, everybody who is present here. Especially a thanks to DP Agrawal sir, all the way he has come to address you people. You people really have very fortunate that since 2 days he is present in the academy and it's like giving all his valuable feedback in this full lifetime. You know, like he's coming and sharing here. And second, I'm just really taking this initiative, Mr. Bhuvinathan sir. So obviously, like backbone of academy, backbone of your welfare, always he is thinking. So with that, what I am thinking now, why this is a success meet? You have clap for everybody, but the main success meet is for your side. So a big clap for the students. So you made this success meet. This is MSLP program was just a program. You made this success after attending every test sincerely, because the 3 months back when this test started, it was very easy. People thought, okay, we'll go, we'll write the test, we'll attend the class, we'll complete the syllabus. But you, in this process, who sustained, in this process, who still maintain that, and this 3 months was, we knows and you knows that how was this journey. And since I cleared the prelims, mains, and interview, all the 3 stages, I know that what is actually mains all is about. When we are very clear about the prelims exam, the mains is all 7 prelims. It's like we are thinking prelims is so tough. Yes, tough, but at least we are getting choice in which way we can clear. But mains are not having any choices. It's a 7 or 8 prelims. If you say like 7 paper, I'm not counting the compulsory paper. 7 prelims. So be ready. Already half done. You know, like half completed is like always a success. So you already crossed this limit. You have written the test. And one more thing I have noticed that this is the first batch where we use this success term. Previously, it was only like a farewell for the team. But first time that we chose this word as a pre-prelim success meet. And then now it is a success meet for the main. Very soon this batch is going to be celebrated as a success team for the Kingmakers IAS Academy. So I'm having a full confidence. I'm having proud. I know that personally how you people are, you know, doing this much of effort. So my best wishes are always there. I am always there for your success. So very soon we are going to celebrate this success meet as your success year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your motivational speech. So now I call our senior faculty, Madhavi ma'am, to share her thoughts and wish the students. You also welcome Iniaval.
Hi, fellow aspirants, and I'm very glad, and it's been a great pleasure to meet again both the great people here. And I just wanted to share a few messages with you. One is, as I have a daughter, I usually save for her future. Just like that, you have saved your mains preparation now itself. You have practiced enough for mains now itself, so that you are well in you are well invested your time for your mains preparation, and I think you will be very confident in preparing for your prelims. So you should focus now for the prelims. Though I tell people that you have to integrate your prelims and mains preparation. Now I think the 3 months or 4 months of your time should be well invested only for prelims. Because I think the prelims have been drastically been very challenging for many of the aspirants now. And you have been here in this preparation. I think most of them have given their first attempt itself. Yes, it would be the second attempt for your second or third attempt for your prelims. I think you should be focusing on prelims more than mains now. And the time has started. So it's ticking now. And you have to start your prelims preparation now. And without prelims, it doesn't take you anywhere. And another thing is in the life lessons that I have learned is that when I started giving and attempting mains test only, interview door was opened for me. In 2016, I went to interview because I penned down all my thoughts into answer writing. So that was the one drastic change that I did in my strategy, which made me go to the interview. So that you have already done now. And the legends are here to train you for interview as well. So you need not worry now. And now you can very well start your prelims preparation in you have been holded by various faculty from R&D. So now you have time for your prelims preparation. And for any guidance for prelims preparation, there are people around here who will guide you. And you had one-on-one session with sir as well. So he has already told you that prelims is very, very important for you. So go ahead with your preparation and all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your thoughts and thanks for joining us today. Now I call our quality faculty, Mr. Ganesh sir. Good evening, all. Good evening, sir. Okay, so happy to see you all. So there's so much crowd. There's much of crowd I never seen in this MSLP before. Anyway, it's a good thing. That is another reason. So far this preparation, we are in the 10 years of celebration, right, sir? Then only I come to know that we are in the 10 years of celebration. Or 2 days we are in the 10 years of celebration of Kingmakers IAS post. I can recognize that we are also in the 10 years of preparation. Okay, so far this 10 years of preparation, one question I have to ask you. Okay, not in polity, but in economics. Okay, so you all know the business cycle, right? Okay, it has 4 stages. Initial stage, growth, maturity, and decline stage. So which one is more competitive, energetic, and it's a more challenging task phase? In the growth stage. So Kingmakers is also growing. Because I know the past 10 years of experience in this institution. Okay, or 10 years of experience in the institution. Motivation sir, Nandakumar sir classes attend. In the 10 years of preparation, every minute, every day, we are thinking how to shape this institution. And at the same time, how you to get success. We are transforming in such a way. And I know the difficulties what we face in those stages and what we are at now. And we know the vision where we want to go. Okay, so the information is nothing but have a touch with us. Okay, so this 1.5 years of this journey is not an easy task. And at the same time, task easy. Okay, so you have to face many challenges in your life. I'm damn sure. Okay, so regular motivations and at the same time, you have to continuously give your tests and exams. So in exams, preparation, part and parcel of your life till you get your service. So then apart from that, struggles, depressions, in the service but next day, where is the Hindu newspaper? Okay, so that is at every stage, depression night.
பட் தூங்கி எந்திரிச்சோன்னே காலையில நீ எப்போ ஹிந்துன்னு ஒன்று தேட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோ தென் யூ ஹாவ் டு கோயிங் டு சக்சஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ அதுதான் இங்க சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரே விஷயம். டச்லேயே இரு, ப்ரிப்பரேஷன்ல இரு, எப்பயுமே லைவ்ல இரு. தென் உன்னோட ஆன்சர் பேப்பர் எப்பயுமே லைவா இருக்கட்டும். ஓகே, ஸோ அப்படி இருந்தா டெஃபினெட்லி வில் கெட் சர்வீஸ் இன் ஃபியூச்சர். ஓகே, ஸோ வெரி தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் கிவிங் திஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி சார். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்.
So thank you, sir. So Sir Sonamari, surely you make the best use of all the faculty members and all the staffs here, because we have immense amount of experience. So now I call our geography faculty, and she also handled MSLP 1000 plus classes for you, Sindhu ma'am, to share her few thoughts.
Hi, everybody. How are you all? I'm seeing you all after a long time, actually. Sometime we were in MSLP and we were meeting and all that. After that, I moved on to geography because geography was my optional and all that. Okay. So one major complaint for me here is that I'm not speaking much, I'm not interacting much, and I'm not cracking many jokes and all that. It's just that it's not that I want, it's just that I will take some time. Okay, it's just like that. And I hope I've been helping you in my class. I mean, you find it helpful and all that. No, Adil sir never even told me that I was supposed to address you today. Just like that he called me. And I'm in a state of shock right now, honestly. So keep preparing hard. Don't ever, lose motivation. I've been in this, process for very long, and you should. And what actually can help you is you should crack some level in the exam. That will give you more motivation. Say prelims or mains, something like that. Okay, so I reached interview in my second stage, and that kind of motivated me. So that made me stay back for a very long time. So you should be, try. So you people, I think you should focus a lot on prelims, like how Madhavi ma'am said. So that is your first pass, no? So you will have some motivation when you clear prelims. So you should work really hard for prelims. 180, 50 to 80 test papers you should solve, at least that. For the kind of competition that is there now. 50 to 80 you can solve, and remember those, whatever you can't, like, you don't have to make notes for everything, but you can make notes of what you can't remember and what you don't find in your code books. Sometimes when you read your code books, you'll have some basic points, but when you see a test paper, you have something new popping up. So such things you can note down, revise periodically, and you can limit your sources. Digitally, you can read from digital sources, yes, but when you read from hard books, hard copy, your retention will be better, I think. You can do that as well. And so now it is October, right? So from Jan onwards, at least you have to do full-time prelims preparation. October, November, December, these 3 months you can like do prelims with mains. You can focus on your optional and all that, but Jan onwards, full prelims you do. You have to like clear prelims. That will motivate you to stay here for long and until you reach the finish line. So it's like that. Okay, I'm not prepared for today's speech, and this is really bad. You should have told me. I would have prepared something at least. Okay, anyway, thank you everybody. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Even though it was extempore, it was very much useful. Thank you, ma'am. So now I call our Tamil optional faculty and a very important resource person, Prabhakaran sir, to
Okay. So good evening all. So whenever I have a dais to speak any lecture, minimum 3 hours or 4 hours I will speak. But today 1 minute. And also extempore is very nature in Kingmaker faculty as well as students too, usually. Because we are molded like that. And I teach ethics paper and environment paper in Kingmakers Academy. The most of the students here, they talked about ethically neutral, ideologically neutral, honesty, to back to society, nation building. I really feel proud as well as I feel honor on that. As well as whenever the mains paper, your paper are corrected, every R&D members and you are evaluated and approach me. What you teach in ethics, they are seriously, they impressed a lot. They impressed. I'm not saying in a negative way. I'm saying in a positive way because they are saying how they have picked that examples and the way they communicated and especially the case study. They really impressed. So you honor me too in your answer as well as I expect your result in upcoming. Thank you all.
So thank you, sir. We are proud of you. So now the time has come, the time which we are waiting for. So our UPSC, former UPSC chairman, known for his reforms, and like Nandakumar sir சொன்ன மாதிரி always sir உடைய போர்டுனாலே வந்து everyone will take a back seat. So அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு board member. So we welcome with open hands, sir, to motivate the students and to provide inspiration on this occasion.
Good evening, friends. Bhuminathan ji, Nandakumar ji, brilliant faculty here, and the participants, the parents. For me, it has been actually a learning curve in 2 days. I met most of you, talked to you one by one, understand the capabilities and possibilities. In whatever maximum I was to say, through all of you I have said. And you must have exchanged notes between you. That's been done. My life also became better because Nandakumarji was here. He said everything which I could have said. Two things I must say. I'm very greatly impressed the way Bhuminathanji and his team has planned things to be done. I think one must applaud them. Whatever maximum inputs they could have given, they have given you. And I'm always saying that it is only you who appear in the exam. You might have all kinds of knowledge available to you, but it's only how much you are going to accept out of it and how much you are going to reflect when there is a challenge is very individual capacity. And therefore, when I met you individually, I try to suggest you way outs possible. But these way outs are not prescription. So please don't understand that there is a formula of success. Formula of success is only one, in which I've been saying throughout the day. Work hard, understand yourself, and try to do the best. And I also give you a very simulated model that even if 5 of you are topper here, in this country at the same time, similar group would be 50, 100. So until as you are the best, and you have capability to beat the competition. Competition is not of intelligence here. Competition is number. So each mistake you make, you go down. Now, I don't know what to say further. So much of material is not possible, isn't it? Is it possible more than that? But there is a way out. Way out is simple. Every day, you ask one question to yourself and try to answer it. This question may be different than what Bhuminathanji has provided you. Because what he has done is done based on his research. he's tried to look at the previous papers in the research, and he tried to give an environment in the questions which are based on what is called a statistically correct approach. But you are only one partner in it. But success is not as a partner, but success is individual. If, for example, somebody has attended all of them, does it guarantee that you would be successful? You feel inside today. How many of you feel inside today? Yes, I'm sure. 23, I'll qualify for you. How many of you? Good. So it's a very positive symbol that you think. But thinking alone doesn't help. You have to put benchmark which makes you believe that what you are saying is right. And what could be that benchmark? They've already given you what, 1800 questions? 1800? Yeah. Yes. But still I'm saying ask a question yourself. Why am I asking this? Because you are preparing, you are assimilating. Based on the assimilation, your capability, gaps are known to you. So within this gap, only you can ask questions. I learned from a very young student who was preparing for JEE, IIT JEE, which I can say is much tougher exam than this. It's a simple exam. I always believed that the UPSC is not a tough examination. It's more of a demystifying, it's a more of a mystification of this. All kinds of words are used, what UPSC wants, what I should do. I think these are all jargons. It's a simple exam only to beat the numbers which we have. Okay? The numbers are also variety. Somebody in Sanskrit, somebody in Tamil, other in Telugu. So what is that commonality between you? You have to identify in you that what is that which I'll beat all of you. Have you developed a habit, for example, you have done everybody a similar course, but believe each of you are a competitor to each other. When tomorrow both of you get marks similar, none of you would say, no, you go, I won't stay. It will not happen. So the point is that in a competitive environment, how do you keep your equanimity? How do you keep your patience? And how you continue to explore? That exploration is a very difficult thing. Of course, without touching on what Nandakumarji rightly put up about the third stage, my worry always in the first stage. I did that in the evening, 2:30, 3:30. I once again repeat. It's a very tough situation. It was not when Nandakumarji appeared. You are evaluated only out of 200 marks. Am I right? With a rider, then the paper 2 is a qualifier. Everybody gives you timelines and things like that. My general approach is clear the first hurdle first. If I want to win the hurdles race, I have to jump the first hurdle, isn't it? Then the second hurdle and the third. But then I'm aware that there is a third hurdle. In this game, the easiest hurdle is number 2. Did you ever realize that the mains is the easiest exam in UPSC? There's practically no competition. An opportunity to write anything which you want, which was not there in prelim. Actually, prelim you have to only choose and they reject. There's no other scope with you. Is there a scope with you? They give you 4 options, one of them is better, or 2 of them are in sequence, or whatever format they use. So where is that you can do innovation? What is innovation? Whether you prepare through mains or prepare for anything, you have to answer those questions, differentiate them, and accordingly do it right. And as he rightly said, Nandakumarji, you have to be right all the time in prelim. You can take risk in main, but you can't risk in prelim. Can you risk in prelim? And I therefore said, don't prepare for cutoff. If the message given to you is that prepare for cutoff, It's a sure recipe not to succeed. There's a psychological approach in learning, and that is you try your best to do everything right. But that's a very Herculean task. Then what do you eliminate? Is again not easy. So option is that I prepare for double the cutoff. I said this also in the evening and try to articulate you that. Can you see that point when I'm making? So there's no scope which you can leave. What you will leave, you have to be sure. And that also is beaten by that every year question paper would change. You don't know, question paper can surprise you. Suddenly you find that there are 10 questions out of history and there are 2 from economics. What will you do? You are cursing now that you didn't read economics. You put 20 days in economics and you finally get 2 questions. And therefore I said, UPSC learning is learning all the time. Learn from the best of the books. Otherwise, discrimination is going to be wrong. Anybody who prepares you answers, you cannot mug them. Can you? Answer will come on that time. And there would be so much of little confusion because you don't know, you must be worrying. Will it be negative? Will it be positive? Am I right? Now, till this dilemma continues, you are in difficulty. So to most of the candidates, I suggested, do questions as much you can. But you identify questions now. If you've done economics, and I said, do a lot of research on your newspapers, a lot of research on your magazines. So prelim is one where you have nothing to do except do correct answer. If you do 120 correct answer, that's a minimum almost you need. Because on that day, you are not sure. Out of 120, if 5 are wrong, you came down to 100. I still remember when we brought minus. Again, I'm a culprit. I became a member and they made a committee. Committee came because some student guessed in the first paper and one strange guess found 30% correct. So while guessing, we want to change. And Nandakumarji rightly said that we try to look at somebody who is not a guesser. It's not a game of horse racing or things like that. Even that depends on the quality of horse and things like that. So please prepare, but prepare with a lot of patience. Also educate your parents. Some parents are here. It's your duty to educate your parents that you are doing an examination, which is maybe academically not difficult, but elimination-wise very difficult. Because in 2 years, 3 year, 4 year time, they start putting pressure on you. So learn, avoid pressures. If you have decided, another forum, and there are a lot of students present, I said, there's a limit for everything. All you are saying UPSC is journey, UPSC is dream. What will happen if you don't get it? Even if you get in second, seventh attempt, my friend quoted one, you become joint secretary only. If you have decided based on your capabilities, and please mind my words, if you decide based on your capabilities that my 3 attempts are good enough, I cannot improve in my 4th and 5th, please don't take them. Here then opportunity is that, and I recall one of the example in that should answer. When I was still chairman, that was almost last 1 year, I got up in the morning, I just somebody called me up saying, sir, could you watch the TV? And TV says because of UPSC, one boy, very innocent boy, has committed suicide in Karnataka. And UPSC is culprit. And there were discussions and discussions. People like all of us were sitting there abusing left and right. I went in the morning, asked my secretary, what is an issue? And first I tried to find out which time did he appear. We came to know that he did not even register in that year. He told his parents he has attempted 5 attempts already. He told his parents that I am attempting and this time I am taking center in Delhi because most of the candidates come from Delhi or center only. Look at the kind of pressures built on you. Now this boy has no guts to tell his parents or the society, enough is enough and I'll move on. Not registered. Everybody is abusing UPSC. We are heartless, we ruthless and whatnot. We set up questions which are so surprising. Blah, blah, blah. Not registered. That's not good enough. He told his parents and the society there, I'm going for interview. And obviously his name was not to be there and he committed suicide because he couldn't face the society. Why I'm narrating this story for you? That there is a day when you decide that it is my capability, I've done the best. And if my best was not enough, there are better opportunities outside. I'm not lucky like Nanda Kumarji. I never appeared in civil service, never qualified and never became. But I did become chairman UPSC. I did become one of the best academics. So he stops you not to become a best academics. Who stops not you to become something else? If you don't become in the first 4 services of civil service, half of you even don't know what is the work in defense account services. Are you aware? What is the power you are going to go? What is good you are going to go to the people at large? If you are going to Department of Post today, which is reduced almost to minimal condition, nobody even talks of department posts. What will you do? So please explore yourself once again. Having so much of input, give your best in this attempt. Some of you have already taken 1 attempt, some have taken 2, maybe 1 more. But by the time you are in the 4th attempt, you are 26, 27, 28. There are statistics which are clearly known. And I thought everybody must have told you. First attempt, 17%. Why are you not in first attempt? First attempt person become Cabinet Secretary, Government of India. Because we started late. I have already accounted 3, 4, 5 years out. So the second attempt, 25 to 30%, third attempt, 25 to 30. This only leaves 10% chances for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in all put together. It's a mirage. Please understand it's a mirage. And I understand each of you have something very brilliant in you. Once you are sure that you have done the best, it's for you to decide. I'm not going to decide. And answer is put your hand here every day and think that you are on the right track. And when the exam done, prelim, on that day itself know that are you qualified? That's the time to think. Because prelim will be followed by mains, which is cheap, which is simpler exam. Mains will followed by interview, which is further simpler exam. But we have mystified so much that interview board, I should name, there are candidates who don't qualify it. And I always believe nobody should read for interview. It is what you are, you have to present. Having studied for mains, what else would you do? He has given you so much already. What extra can you read for interview? Can you read anything? Nanda Kumarji rightly said, we only look in you that little spark which makes you stand out. Let me also say on honesty. Once I went to address a foundation day of a national law school. Press person interviewed me and asked, sir, and he said like this, sir, you select people who are not honest. Because at that time, in that particular area, there was a case where one of the bureaucrats was caught with 3 crores of rupees. So what is the belief? You go to the public today and Nandakumarji can vouch. Nobody wants to believe that you are an honest person. They also say that whatever minister would say, you will do. You read every day. Minister called me and said, so, work done. Why are you become then the part of it? So time you to judge. Judge at a level when you're done your best. And I thought my faculty colleagues should always try to bring that best in them. Continuous is fine. You're given everything now. What is that will make her a success? What will make her a success? So from now onward, it is 1-to-1. So if she has a problem, she asks you, do it. But tell her that you have to qualify. Whether you take 1 month, I know people who have qualified main only 1 month, prelim. I also know people who are not qualified prelim for up to number of times. No destiny. It's not a question of destiny at all. It's a question of your own motivation, own strength within you. While talking to some of you, or somebody said, at the moment I reach exam hall, I get depressed. What is the solution? He can't give you a solution of it. You have to motivate. The motivation is, can I do the best? Have I done the best? Even the best is, since he took 3 examples from cricket. In 3 years' time, the number of abuses Kohli received are stupendous. Did you know? Every 3rd day, they didn't leave his wife, they didn't leave his any other thing. And once he scored a little century again in Afghanistan, he again became a demigod. So society will continue to say, parents will continue to say, please plan for yourself. Let me also clear, you are not doing anybody service. You are mistaken if the country, you are going to serve people. This question is asked in an interview, what are you going to do? The board laughs at it when you say, I'm here to serve the nation. Bhuminathan is also serving nation, isn't he? After all, he's molding 200 of you. And one of the girls, you were there, I asked her, did collector ever come to your area? Have you seen your collector? So don't create those images. And don't live in those images. The life is difficult. This exam is not difficult, I once again tell you. Prelim is toughest because elimination. Mains is easier because you have an opportunity. They give you an opportunity, write 500 words, 200 words, 600 words, which if you are a little crafty, better, good practice, you can do. Then somebody asked me, he also tells that issue. So how the copies are checked? How does it matter to you? If UPSC has committed itself for so many years, and we have still not lost any case, not a single case, then we must be doing right. So believe that it is your duty only to work hard and sit in that exam. Don't worry too much about who will check your copies, who will go to the board. It's irrelevant. We create no bias. Whether you're a girl or a boy, girls are sometimes lucky in interview because being all male experts sitting most of the time, they think it is chevalier to give 2 more marks for a girl. Though I try to rationalize that also. But yes, but only at the interview part. 2 marks can make a big difference. If you notice many a time, you are not selected, you say, I didn't do well in personality test. But please understand, it is a personality test and the mains marks put together. Nobody says, my marks were less and therefore, though I got 160, 170, 180 in interview, still you'll say, I would have done better in interview. Why didn't you do better in the writing test? So don't hide your mistakes. In UPSC, there's no favoritism. There's no cross difference even in board. It's a myth that some boards are simple and some boards are. It's complete myth. We have our own mechanisms which ensure that everything is right. But yes, there would still be some chance. It's not as much as you're writing. Maybe your questions are asked which are not right. Maybe questions are out of things which you never prepared, you were taught, you will discuss. And I always tell students, don't go to any coaching for interview. Other day a candidate came, let me believe. He appeared in 9 mocks. And he got so thoroughly confused that when he actually appeared in the interview, there was not even a single question on it. So when situation is so unpredictable, it's your confidence, it is your reading, it is a fundamental, and it's your self-belief. Interview is a pure game of self-belief. Though I said I've never been IAS, in my life only appeared 2 interviews. Once to come to the government at a joint secretary level. And they kept on asking. It became 1 hour. Youngest boy selected. They were very senior people, but I won't take credit. That was the day when they were asking those questions, which I thought I was more prepared. There was another day when I became director of one of the CSL lab. Still very young, 40. Board went, and 3 minutes later, we started fighting. Experts say this, I'll say don't agree. He will say why, I say this. So we kept on fighting. I came home, said fine. Next day somebody calls, said you have been selected. So what is the model which I do? You might have a very clumsy interview, but you must have impressed the board of something which is novel in you. They thought second time that I have some new ideas. So how to cultivate those new ideas in you? It's similarly in answering. Everybody you have given the same material, but it is going to be your language. It is going to be your handwriting. It is going to be the focal point which you want to push. Only you can decide. I still remember in one case, I won't name, two sisters gave exam, the same situation. And we said it's a case of copying. 2 very identical question answering, everything. Very identical. We searched the case out. And the girl said, this is the material we read. And for it's become word-to-word copying. So this same material, if you don't add value yourself in your own words, in your own style, you might land up in this problem, which you don't believe. I also recall another incident. When this Iraq situation was going on, it was a common question. You all keep on saying current affairs, isn't it? So that was a very current discussed issue. Everybody gave same answer. Nobody even tried to think and apply their mind that what America says may not be right. Ultimately, Saddam, poor people died and there was no chemical weapons. Were there chemical weapons? There was only 2 students. They put 2 points together. In that way, they got the highest marks. They could think out of box. There was the originality. So we are looking at originality in you. Prelim does not require much of originality because answers are given, discrimination is the power. But this discrimination doesn't come until you have read the best of the book. When the answer is so close, only the best book allows you to get through. They have reasoned out why the one is not correct, why B is correct. You understand what I'm saying? And there is a time now. So what I'll do right away is that each of you and I advocated to you that next 3 months should be devoted. And by December, you should be clear. Am I clearing prelim or not? Having received so much of information, if in 3 months' time you are not sure that I'm 80% on prelim. Last month I leave in April. May again 2 months I leave it for you to go from assure 80% to assure 100%, which will result to finally 140%. You will lose 60%. In engineering, there is a call of law of transmission. You know this law? If I supply electricity here, and by the time it reaches there are losses because it flows through wire. There's also learning the similar thing. You learn, and by the time you produce an exam, there's a loss. I'm not accounting for what is called as the pressure of exam. So two devils, pressure of exam and originality. Mains in interview are the situation where that originality will take you further. In UPSC, nobody knows how many marks are innovative. Unlike many state public service commission, where your written marks are available with interview board, personality test is not aware at all. Nobody actually, not even chairman, what are your marks in the mains. You are randomly called, you are randomly sent to the board. So every eventuality is possible. Since I must congratulate him, I must congratulate you, all of you, that you have prepared so well. It's the final kick time. And kick time is your strength in your life. You can be Pele, who's the best goal scorer, and you can be any sundry like me playing on the street. It's your choice. But if you find that you are like a street player, give up next time. Don't pursue your dream. UPSC is not God. My life is precious than UPSC is. I don't want to commit suicide. If in 4-year time, my youth, by 4-year attempt, 4th attempt, I'm 26, my youth, all energy is gone already. You come at 33 and you have started getting married, life is nowhere. So please understand, though there are opportunity that you can select in 10th attempt, in 7th attempt, if you are selected at the age of 38, you don't become even joint secretary. Then why are you going there? As a professor in IIT, I got a better salary than the joint secretary in the government of India when as a professor, and I became professor so early that you don't become joint secretary then. And you also know this, when I traveled, and then I am from IIT, can you see the respect among people? So go to the places which gives you respect. Today, if you think the moment you become bureaucrat, you get respect, I'm so sorry. Sir, you are here, but I'm absolutely clear. You just go away. Half of them say out of jealousy. Half of them also say by truth. It's up to you. But I wish you very best. Nobody get that kind of input. You must thank your stars. You must thank this man who is helping you even when you have no means. It's a big thing. What could be a bigger man than him to doing service to society? Somebody needs, money, somebody needs support, somebody needs guidance, he gives it to you. It's for you now. In Paul's also imagine, please, don't remain in dreams. Last year, only 4 candidates were selected from Tamil Nadu. Are you aware of it? You have not to become 4 there. You have to become 4 from here. Now they have done a good job. All they can track you, advise you, remind you that please do best. I wish you best. It's a long time already. I was very impressed with the young candidates speaking. They've said something very brilliant things. Some things I didn't follow because this was in Tamil. I'm sure they must have done very well. It's indeed a symbol that you are on the right track. This kind of programs reassures you, reminds you of your goals, and once again remind yourself that you can be selected. In all that difference you will bring, that you convert that you can to I will. Now that's a difference. Whatever I say, whatever he say, whatever they all do, only you can. So my request to you, please do it. My belief in youth is very high. And today what I do across the country is try to motivate students to do what best they want to. I have known a bureaucrat whose daughter was a topper in computer science. She would have got anything. Very high bureaucrat. The girl make first attempt, qualified, came to interview. She couldn't do well. And she didn't take the second attempt. She thought it is the best she could have done. And instead went to higher education in computer science. And today she's a top name in research area. This country offers enormous opportunity. You don't realize that. If there was not this day today, I would have told you what opportunities are there in this country, in the world. So don't burn yourself. Remind you, don't burn yourself for something which you thought after some time, why? That's a question. I wish you best. Thank you very much. Thank you.
See, this is the moment I'm so emotional. The reason because I'm listening to my interview. Remember that? I've never listened my interviewer. I'm listening to my interview. But now I found the reasons for why I'm here. Remember that? I couldn't see. That is what he was stating every time. What I stated. So now I could see my interviewer, what I would have stated. That is why I'm sitting before or I'm standing before. If I would have not really the matching ideology, the matching principle. I've seen. If I would have not seen, sir, probably today I would have not known that what I didn't had. So this is the principle. என்கிட்ட இல்லாதது இன்னைக்கு அவரை பார்க்கலன்னா சார் I'm putting it in Tamil. என்கிட்ட என்ன இருந்ததோ இன்னைக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடிஞ்சது என்கிட்ட என்ன இருந்தது இன்டர்வியூல அப்படின்னு. அததான் அவர் சொன்னாரு. என்கிட்ட இல்லாதது நிச்சயமா அப்படி என்னால தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடியலன்னா இன்னைக்கு அவரை பார்க்கறப்ப கேட்கிறப்ப அவர் என்னை பத்தி சொல்லலைனாலும் என்கிட்ட என்ன இருந்ததோ அவர்கிட்ட பார்க்க முடிஞ்சது இருந்ததுனால்தான் இன்னைக்கு அவரை கேட்க முடிஞ்சது, அவரை பார்க்க முடிஞ்சது. இதுதான் உங்களுக்கும். Keep it in your life that whatever I stated, do the best the moment you will where you want to be. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. So that was a wonderful moment of 40 minutes which we had. Truly, we got the idea of what UPSC expects, originality. So be yourself, be original, and always, sir, or vishyo sonar. What means so everyone are reading the market notes. You should add that one thing extra to come up, and you should add that one thing extra to give a best answer. So always remember that, take that one step ahead, and always remember prelims is the biggest hurdle. So we have to clear the prelims. Only if we clear prelims, we can give our best in mains and personality tests. So work for prelims, and the one main reason why the results are dipping is because of CSATs, which is happening here. So focus on CSAT. Most of you would have got good marks in GS, but would have missed because of CSAT. So focus on CSAT. We have to get through prelims. And I'm sure, sir, if these people are clearing prelims, so we will have one of the largest results ever in Kingmakers IAS Academy. So thank you, sir. Thanks to Mr. D.P. Agrawal, sir, former UPSC chairman, who have joined here and graced this occasion and wished the students his blessings. We thank Nandakumar Ayaras, sir, for giving his motivation and inspirational talk. And sir also got the self-realization. Thank you, sir. And we thank Subbalakshmi ma'am, who have joined here and gave the inspiration and motivation. We thank Vijita ma'am, we thank Sindhu ma'am, all the faculty members. And we thank all the students and முக்கியமா parents. இவ்வளவு நேரம் கேட்டதுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி. Thank you all. So finally, இந்த டே உடைய significance என்ன அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம நோட் பண்ணணும். So what is the significance of this day? So we have 8 months to go to next prelims in 2023 March. So that is May 28. So in this 8 months, what you are going to do, you should be very clear. What is your plan? You should be very clear. Have a clear schedule, have a clear strategy. So one biggest mistake, which like sir mentioned, those aspirants who have given 4 attempts, 5 attempts, 6 attempts. So I am the right person to talk. So what is the biggest mistake they have done? The biggest mistake which they have done is when they fail in their first attempt, when in the gap between the first attempt to second attempt, they have missed this 8 months. So this is the main period where most of us would have missed and most of us would have lagged. And that is, on that point you are standing now. So in this point, you have to realize your the position in which you are standing. In this point, you have to understand the seriousness of the moment and work hard for the next 8 months. Surely, most of you will come out successfully in the next attempt. So, like sir said, most of the aspirants clear in the second and third attempt, and you are having that opportunity. You all have just one attempt hold. So you are going to give your second attempt. So surely you will clear in your second attempt. With these best wishes, we would like to conclude this day. Thank you all for joining. Now I call sir.
Once again, I want to thank all the resource persons, faculty members, chief guest, because without their support, this program would not have been organized. Very satisfaction. இப்போதைக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் ஓரளவு வந்திருக்கு, பட் இந்த சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன் வந்து ஃபுல்லா வர்றது வந்து when you are all going to achieve in the civil service examinations. Thank you so much for traveling with us for almost for more than 1.5 years. Thanks for having trust in the faculty team as well as in the Kingmakers organization. And of course, எங்களால என்ன பெஸ்ட் முடியுமோ we have done. இதோட பெஸ்ட் உண்மையிலே நல்லா பண்ணிருக்கோமா இல்லையா அப்படின்றது we will come to know only when the results are going to come out in future. So அதுதான் உண்மையான ஒரு சக்சஸ் மீட்டா இருக்க முடியும். இப்ப நம்ம இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணதோட முக்கிய நோக்கம் just to remind you that very long way to go and you have to be motivated and to some extent, we have completed the journey successfully. With this few words, I take this opportunity once again on behalf of the students, on behalf of the academy. I sincerely thank our DP Agrawal sir for coming over here and making this occasion very great success. And I take this opportunity to thank my friend Nandakumar IRS, who has really shared emotionally his feelings. Because நிறைய டைம் சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பாரு, நான் அவரு எப்படி எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட்டாருன்றதெல்லாம் only I know. அந்த ஜேர்னில அதை இன்னைக்கு மறுபடியும் அந்த பழைய நந்தகுமார் ஒரு கொஞ்ச நேரம் நான் பார்க்க முடிஞ்சுச்சு. ஸோ இட்ஸ் சம்திங் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபீலிங் இந்த ஜேர்னில. எல்லாருமே அதை கமோகிராஃப் பண்ணிருப்போம் நம்ம. ஸோ ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்டான ஃபீலிங். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஒன்ஸ் அகேன். விஷ் ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட். தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you, sir. Now I request everyone to rise for the national anthem. Thank you. I request the students to be seated till the dignitaries leave the hall.